Hey, good morning. Welcome to Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarthy. Today we are home make Hexies. Oh yes, we've got lots coming up for you today. So let's take a look at how this morning is shaping up for you. So we are home makes and Hexies. At 8 a.m. we've got brand new Dashwood Altitude Collection. First time to wear for that one. And then 9 a.m. Victoria Peat is here. It's Hexie time. Oh yes, we're going to be showing you some beautiful ways to work out with your Hexies. And then 10 a.m. we've got bag making accessories, everything to make those bags look just a little bit more professional. And then at 11 a.m. the type of running we like to do, either a bed runner or a table runner, requires, well, very little effort and no trainers. So that's what we've got coming up today. Now, something quite exciting for you. On the website, and this is website only, we have a promotion called Save and Spend. Which isn't too hard to do, is it? So anything on the website that hasn't been featured on the shows and that also isn't electrical, when you buy it, if you spend £5 on it, you save 5%. Spend £10, save 10%. Up to £20 or more, 20%, £30 or more, save 30%. They're the codes that you need to pop in when you get to the checkout. And that is all on the website, all explained there, all your T's and C's on there as well. And then if you go to watch up on that top bar along there, then you can watch today's shows. Hello! And then underneath there, to the right is Message the Studio. You can get in touch there. And then underneath that, oh, hang on, hello. We're messaging the studio. Underneath that will be all of the items from today's show. So that's like your quick reference guide, quick shopping list, if you will, to everything that we've got on the shows today. If you've got lots to tell us, and we would love you to send us your pictures today. So today's pictures are, because it's an altitude collection that we're starting off today, then we'd love you to send us your photos of mountains, anything mountain-based. And that comes to studio@sewingquarter.com. That's where you need to send any pictures. Or maybe you've made a mountain quilt. Ooh, yeah. So, without further ado, Producer Hannah, have you climbed a mountain? I know you've cycled Cuba. Not climbed a mountain. You want to do base camp of Everest? My goodness. Wow. Respect for that. Oh, you don't know if you will, but it's, it's a dream. That's fine. Got to have these things. Now, we've got 3 different bundles for you. I'm going to show you the bundles to start off with, then I'm going to show you the beautiful new collection that we've got, because these have been specifically put together to really enhance the new Dashwood collection that we have for you. So if I start off here, where we've got some spots and some linears, and this is, well, kind of woodland, because let's face it, you often get woods on mountains, don't you? Well, forests on mountains. So ½ metre of each of these. So this is your linear lichen, and then there you've got your spot on. We've got teal and petrol blue in your spot on today. And then you've also got, look at this, another linear. There we go there. And down here, a latte. Lovely. So that is a lovely combination there. So you've got, I really love the linear. It's a great mixer because you've got the 2 different shades, and also it's nothing is straight lined. So it doesn't matter if you go a bit wonky. That's my tip for you. So that is the woodland variety. Producer Hannah, this is your kind of colours, isn't it? Because it's got an ochre in it, and so we know that that's going to be her favourite. Producer Hannah would put ochre with everything. Like my husband and cheese. He thinks every meal should have cheese in it. Now, we've got your linear in here. Which colour linear is this? Cameo. Ooh. And then we've got a nice plain here, which is, well, yeah, this is mint here. Normally put in with pastels, but today I'm enjoying it there next to your Ochre, there it is. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot. And then, is this the teal linear? I want to say it is. Duck egg. Ah, duck egg teal. You know, that's all good. And then, we like to tell you. Vanilla, which producer Hannah can't say. How do you say it? Vanilla is vanilla. And we know she means vanilla. That's all good. So that's your second bundle. That's called your mountain fabric, and that's 1945. You are getting 2.5 meters of fabric there. Fabulous. They do go lovely together, don't they? But they wouldn't necessarily have thought of putting those together. Now, if you just want your plains, we've got that sorted too. So here we've got here, I'm going to say that's navy. That's what I'm going to go with. And then navy, then we've got ocean there. And then we've got azure. You can't say that normally, can you? And then, oh, another of producer Hannah's favorite. Did you pick these, producer Hannah? Ah, oh, they're good, aren't they? This is citrus. And then we've got nude. I don't know why I had to say that funny either. So there we go. They are your 3 different bundles put together, and you will see why. Because, ha ha, new fabric. In fact, if I put these in line here, then I can throw the new fabric along the bottom, and you can just see how they go. So this is brand new from Dashwood, brand new to the channel today. Look at that. Yes. You see why we've put these together? Look at that. So, can you start to see why? There. So this fabric here, 100% cotton. This is from the Altitude Collection from Dashwood. And you've got those greens, you've got those nudes in there, you've got all sorts, you've got fresh greens, you've got this tealy blue in there as well. Hence why we've picked these colours out. You can see now how everything goes. So what we wanted to do for you was to give you 3 different bundles that you could pick, and then you can pick your favourite accent fabric. That was the idea. It is like a frosty morning, but the frost is just going to dew. There it is. Producer Hannah's off on a lovely walk there, lovely forest walk, and I bet it smells amazing, doesn't it, through all those trees. So there we go. That is the first fabric that we've got for you. Looking rather lovely. Let's swing that around there. Now, the next one, oh, is this your favourite one, Producer Hannah? Yeah, yes. Oh, you were going to buy this at Festival of Quilts because you didn't know we were getting in. Ah, no, it's here. I love that it's kind of got that gold or ochre-y accent. So you see, this one goes beautifully, doesn't it? Because look, you can pick up that ochre. So yeah, that one works beautifully with that. So this here, £6.50 per half a metre. All of this, everything on this show today, cotton, 100% cotton. Lovely quilting weight, and beautiful to use, actually. Look at that. Isn't that a really beautiful design? Because they've got that bluing going on, haven't they? You know, when things disappear into the distance, you get that bluing. That's lovely. It doesn't have to be mountains. It could just be a lovely pattern. So, you know, if you just get a little snippet of that in a quilt, it's just going to be lovely colours together. But if you wanted to use strips of it, oh, strips of it's going to look quite lovely too, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, lovely. So grab that. Don't forget to pop that in your basket as well. We'll look at all of these closer. If I just show you everything that we've got, and then we'll go through a little more slowly, and you can see how they all work together so that you can get a jolly good idea. Now, the first tree one that we had What about it with a, you know, nighttime feel? A bit atmospheric, this, isn't it? Doesn't it feel different? Yeah, it does feel very nighttime-y, doesn't it? But, you see, again, there's a bundle to go with it. We'll have a look at those bundles again closely as well. But there they are. They're your colours. And that is your contrast fabric there. This is navy trees. We love a bit of navy tree. And there it is. It's down to personal preference, isn't it? You know, you've got all of these options, and then which ones do you love? Maybe you love the whole collection. Maybe you love to just have a Dashwood collection and go for it. Yeah. Decisions, decisions. Don't choose yet, because I haven't finished showing you everything. This is very much your sort of collection, isn't it, Producer Hannah? I can imagine this. Ooh. What about a swooping bird? Can I interest anyone in a swooping bird? Yeah, you like birds, don't you, Producer Hannah? Here we go. Have a swooping one. I mean, in terms of you've got Bowie the Budgie. Here we go. How is Bowie, by the way? Is he all right? Excellent. Good job. He's doing well. This one, ooh, works beautifully, doesn't it? Because then you've got like those little ochre accents. Everyone loves an ochre accent. Yeah, you can really see there. So that's going to work an absolute treat. Yeah, they are having a good swoop and a dive, aren't they? They're going fast. Do they look like, what do those little ochre dots look like to you? Do they look like little insects that they're swooping to eat? Are they glowworms? Do glowworms sort of, glowworms don't fly, do they? Do they? Oh, are they? They're not like worms. Did you ever have one of those glowworm toys when you... Oh, we're learning all about glowworms now. Do you remember those glowworm toys that you used to squeeze and the heads used to glow? Nobody have those? No? Just me. Excellent. Oh, shut up, I'm older than you, says the gallery. How rude. Yeah, no, I am. It is true. Yeah. Starting to feel my age. There they are. You're a little bit older than us, they say in a patronising tone upstairs. It's all good. It's all good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, look at this. I like this one. Bag making, says Producer Hannah. Here we go. Oh, do we know if award-winning director Mike yesterday managed to get his fabric for his throw for the back of his sofa? Oh, we don't know. We need to find out. Oh, yeah, you see this one again. This is becoming a bit of a favourite, this one, isn't it? Going very, very well with this. But then I also like it with the spots here. What a lovely fabric. A little bit Aztec-y and yet mountainous at the same time. There we go. £6.50 for that as well. This is your yellow triangles. Yellow? Are we calling that yellow? I would have called it all sorts of different green. I don't know I'd have called it yellow. Isn't that funny how people see different things? Oh, okay, maybe that's yellow. Yeah, sort of creamy. But anyway, this is yellow triangles. This is why no one ever lets me name fabrics. The one time that somebody did let me on a naming committee, my mind went completely blank, couldn't think of anything. There we go. So that is... Oh. There we go. That's the next one. Ooh. You know we had the mountain fabric a minute ago, and it had that lovely sort of ochre highlight. Producer Hannah, have you seen this one? Oh no, what do you mean you can't get me any details on it? Do you want to see this? Look at this. We'll get you the details for it in just 1 second. But look, ha-ha! Helps if I get it around the right way. Here we go. Look at... No, I had it right the right way first time round. Right, I'll get there. Good morning. There we go. Yay. Okay, so this is going to give you... Maybe it's just multi-directional. Maybe that's what I hadn't actually... there you go. I think that's the right way around. No, it isn't. No, it's not, is it? That's the right way around. That's your mountains. And that, of course, is giving you that accent colour. Here we go. Yeah. We're going to get you the right details in a second for that. Yeah. Again, this middle bundle working beautifully with that. Yeah, look at that. I do love playing with these fabrics. That one, isn't it? That one's working beautifully with that. Although this one coming in a treat too. I think by the time that you mix and match them all together, yeah, nice, isn't it? Really nice. I love how that's just, it's just like the outline, isn't it, of the mountain fabric. Very, very nice. Oh, these are the right graphics for you. This is yellow outline fabric. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I'll give them yellow on that one. Yeah, no, I know. It's good of me, isn't it? I would have said Goldie too, possibly ochre, producer Hannah, but no, they've gone yellow. Oh dear. What do we like? You can call it whatever colour you want. The code you need is far more important. UTAD06. Right, so that's going there with that. Look at all of these, lovely. Now, the penultimate one here. More triangles. Yeah, but not quite as together as the other ones. They're more. Here we go. Slightly more higgledy-piggledy. Ooh, this one looks nice with that. Isn't it funny? Have we got mountain pictures yet? Send us in your mountain pictures. Because it's kind of mountain themed today. Anything that says altitude, I'm there with a mountain. This is your white triangles. Yeah, I'll give them that as a name. White triangles there. And I think with this, any of these will go. Feeling generous. Yeah, I'll give you that. White triangles. Yeah. Oh, I think the next one might be up there as one of my favourites. I'm just going to, throw it out there. Here we go. I feel we should be yodeling or something if we're talking mountains. Can anyone here yodel? Cameraman Mike? Not a hobby? Producer Hannah, surely you can yodel. Ah, there we go. Director Tim would like to take it up. Can you go yodeling classes? Is that a thing? Here it is. Look at this. This is the last one. So if any of you have been waiting, now's your time to buy. Go, 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 go. This is the last one. Yeah, it's fab, isn't it? Yep. There it is. Very nice. Very nice indeed. That's your altitude teal. Studies have shown teal is the nation's favourite colour. Call it teal, call it duck egg, call it whatever you want. Call it turquoise, doesn't matter. All of the ranges of that colour have found to be the nation's favourite, would you believe? There we go. Yeah, well, any of those are going to go, aren't they? Absolutely, any of those bundles are going to go. An absolute treat. That is fab. I like. Should we stick with this then and look at the separate bundles with it? Yeah, let's do that. So our aim this hour is to give you the chance to buy your accent fabrics, to buy your designer fabrics from Dashwood with the Altitude Collection, which is brand new in today for us, and then to give you a bundle so that you can really make the most of this more expensive fabric and then, really bring it to life with other complementary colours. So the 3 bundles that we've put together, we've tried to give you colours that firstly work within the different bundles, but also we've thought, okay, so maybe at home you've got more of a navy tone, maybe you've got more of a neutral tone, maybe you've got more of a tealy tone at home. So we've tried to give you 3 very different feels, and that's what we're going to play with. So because we know you can't actually touch and feel the fabrics, we're going to go through each one. We're going to look at which collection goes with which so that you can really get a great feel for how you want these to work together, because it's colour matching, isn't it, that people often worry about and go, oh, does that go with this, does that go with that? Well, we think yes, and so this is where we started. Oh, have we got mountain pictures to show? Oh yes, let's do that. Oh, this is from Director Tim. Where is it? It's in where? Montenegro. Look at that. Very nice. When were you there? And this is from Emma. Oh, at the Canadian Rockies. Good job. Her and Grant went there with a camper van this July. Wait, is Grant taking the photo, presumably? Good job. Excellent. If you've got any other mountain pictures, I was going to say mountain poses, but that's yoga, isn't it? Or you could take a photo of yourself doing a spot of yoga, I don't mind. You know, anything mountain-based, we're happy to see this morning, because it's all about the altitude here. Now, I want to show you these so that you can get a good feel for how these are going to work together. This one is the Woodland Bundle, and I think it's working really nicely with this. Yeah, so this is your Woodland Bundle, and look how beautifully that plays out. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that an awful lot. £6.50 for your Dashwood teal outline. And then you've got your Woodland fabric bundle, which is £22.95. You've got 2 linears, 2 spot-ons, and a plain in there. So you've got lots. Hey, this could look like the snow going onto the mountain tops, couldn't it? Oh, have you got a picture of Producer Hannah up a mountain? Oh, you forgot you went up a mountain. How do you forget? Oh, you know, it's just like every other day. Popped up a mountain. Yeah, let's have a look at you up a mountain, Producer Hannah. Here she is. Oh, there's our Producer Hannah, looking fabulous. Oh, there was a big drop that you were stood on. Oh, my goodness. Will you please be careful? Wow. That's in Switzerland? Oh, lovely. Lovely. Do you know what really scare me? Those lifts. You see, this is my problem. I can't go skiing because I'm really scared of those lifts. What if you don't come off? And you just end up going round and round and round because you're too scared to jump off. Yeah, I know, but you've still got to try and jump off it at some point. Not down with that. Let's see this with the other different colourways that we've got. So we've got 2 different colourways in this. Come out, come out, come out. Which one do you want to... Oh, yeah, because these would just be nice, wouldn't they? So the cream one... Hannah, that's a great shot, by the way, of you on top of a mountain. Some stranger took it. Well, he did a very good job. Right. That's your... Oh, no, yellow triangle. Do you want me to get yellow triangles? Or should we stick with the... Okay. Have we got more mountain? Oh, this is lovely. I do love other people's photos. Right, so the 2 outlines. These are your 2 outlines. So maybe you want to do something contrasty. They work, don't they? So your teal outline down the bottom and your yellow outline there. Very nice. Oh, hang on. You know, I'm just going to bring in just to show. Yeah, that's your woodland. Yeah, woodland's working a treat there. But then, before I take that out, can I just show you how that looks? And we'll get you the details in a moment. But this is the one that set all of these off. Look at those three together. Loving that. So this one here is just going down the bottom of your screen there. This is your Altitudes Mountain. Look at those. Those three together work an absolute treat. And then it could be a stormy sea, yes. If you did, yeah, absolutely. And that is your woodland. So that's your woodland with these. Now, all of the details for each of these fabrics are now up on the website. So I'm just giving you an idea. We can't put all of these details up, but we're just having a little play. So I think that that would be a lovely collection to end up with. So that one is your yellow outline. That one is your mountain outline. That one is down. Oh, that's your Woodland Bundle along there. Yellow outline is there. That is rather fabulous. Can I show it with, before I move on, with the other favourite bundle? This is with Hannah's favourite bundle. If I take that out for a moment, let's just stick with the outlines for now, because otherwise it's confusing. We've got a lot there. So this is your Mountain Fabric Bundle. But look at that. Yeah. See, that works a treat, doesn't it? Because then it's going to pick up the highlighted colour in there. Different look. Different look again. So this is your fabric bundle there. Looking lovely. And then the teal outline is going to come up down the bottom. And there we go. But again, all of these fabrics are now on the website. That's why we galloped through them first thing, so that you then get a chance. And then we can just play and go, what happens if? Now, here we go. That's your mountain fabric. That's your mountain bundle there. Now, did you want to look at the Altitude Mountain fabric just on its own? There we go. Okay. So this is your Altitude Mountain fabric. Looking good. Looking very good. And I think it's quite a modern take, isn't it? But a classic. A modern classic. I'm going for modern classic. It's the ochre goldy line that brings it up to date, brings it nice and modern. But any painting that you look at that's a landscape is going to have this bluing. As things get further away, they blue. And so it's really lovely. It's got that depth to it as well. But yeah, producer Hannah says it's quite peaceful. They are peaceful colours. Oh, yes. So, yes, I could do one of my yoga quilts, couldn't I, out of this? That would be very nice. So I've got two bundle options that I think work really well with this. Yeah, producer Hannah favourite. There we go. That is your mountain. That's your mountain bundle. Working, I think we can see beautifully there. That's great, isn't it? But you see, that's because you've got lots of this kind of colour in your house, producer Hannah, so that works really well for you. Do you find that a tranquil colour? It's these, yeah, these colours are nice and tranquil, and then that one's a bit zesty. Yeah, so that's kind of your contrast one, but it's picking up that detailing around the outline of the mountains. But I really like it with the woodland. Yep, not going to lie. Let me show it to you with the woodland. Here it is. Only because teals are my colour. I do love a teal. Yeah, look at that. And that's totally restful then, isn't it? Yeah, that's lovely. So this is the Woodland Bundle, $22.95. You see that works, doesn't it? Doesn't that just work a treat? So instead of highlighting that outline, you've got that colour coming through in your, is it latte? I think it's your latte there. It is latte. But even, you know, this is your lichen, so even that you get on trees, don't you? So it's a beautiful collection. it is all about the relaxation. So, you know, maybe this is going to transport you to lovely holidays as you lie there under your quilt, snuggling down, making you think that you're in your nice chalet in the middle of a mountain, snuggled down and warm, because that's the important thing. But you know what you would need to bring in? Look at, look. There, well, it was just sneaky. So this is your outline one, which then I think just works beautifully with all of them. It was just, you know, hiding there in the corner. So I thought I'd just bring it in. That, I think, is a beautiful collection. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, let's have a look at those trees, shall we? For me, there are kind of two different colourways going on in this collection. So you've got these mints and teals, and then you've also got the navies, haven't you? So you've got the two different ways. Now, if you want to mix them up together, then you absolutely can. There we go. And I'm just going to give those to Amy to do something magical with. Thanks, Amy. Right, let's have a look. She's far better at folding than I am. I always want to be good at folding. It's just not my thing. Here we go. So this is your ecru trees. There we go. You know, in the snowman when he goes off flying? Yes. But when it's really snowy, but what about night time? They do fly at night time. There we go. So, it's a tale of two halves here, isn't it? So it's fabulous. Do you want that darker one or do you want the lighter one? Do you want nighttime snowman flying or daytime snowman flying? Is that what we're going with there, Producer Hannah? She's talking about the snowman. She's walking in the air. Oh, yeah. So whichever, actually, I really like those just as a contrast. I really like that as a contrast. And actually, look how detailed these trees are. This could be quite a nice Christmassy fabric then, couldn't it? Look at that. That's lovely. They're almost feather-like, aren't they? Or if you went Aztec-y, spearheads. But you could embroider little baubles on there if you were doing a little piece for Christmas. You could do that. But this for me really does highlight how you've got the navy section, and then you've got all of your greens. So, you know, with your different trees, you've got all your different colourways in there. So the fern has kind of got a bluey, tealy colour in. Really dark, so that's got quite a dark colour through there, which we've picked out in some of the bundles. Really lovely. And then your lighter colours coming in here and here. I'm just trying to see the colour, yeah. So the difference is that in this, instead of having the darker green on the tree, you've got it in white. So that you've got it dark there and then in white there. But otherwise the colours stay the same. That's... Okay, what do you want now, Producer Hannah? This one, the ecru. Producer Hannah is now thinking of the Wham video where they go skiing. Oh, Last Christmas. There we go. I want to show you the woodland fabric. We're getting a real insight, aren't we, into Producer Hannah this morning? Yeah. She's not singing, it's fine. Again, the Woodland collection, working beautifully with this one. Let's take the navy out for a second. This one's your Woodland Bundle, working beautifully with your ecru trees. It's lovely, isn't it? Very nice. £22.95, £6.50. Details on your screen. But I'm going to and go right. Ha-ha! Yeah, we haven't seen much of this one, have we? So this bundle is your Lakeside Bundle. It's got to be the Lakeside because it's not. So on the photo on the web, the greeny colour looks paler, but these are the true colours. So it's always worth seeing them, isn't it, live? And look, there we go. That's your blue bundle working beautifully with that. Which means, so if you want, yeah, suddenly you've got more of a boy feel. So if you have a little boy like mine who is absolutely obsessed with sticks and stones, we can bribe him to do pretty much anything with the promise of sticks or stones. That's just how it works in our household. We also have a pot of stones by the front door because stones are now banned from the house as I keep treading on his precious stones. So I've tried buying him toys and he just wants sticks and stones. There we go. Now, how about that for a collection? Now, this is your triangles. This is your yellow triangles. Controversial. One of the most popular fabrics this hour, would you believe? Actually, yeah, I would, because it's really nice. Which means, so you can start and see how the different colourways within the collections really do work. Yeah. So this is your triangles in yellow, £6.50 per half a metre. There it is. Linings of bags, yes, that would work. You could use this, yeah. Director Tim says, could you use it as a blender? He's getting all the lingo now, isn't he? You could, but it ties all. If you go for the Lakeside bundle, it's tying all those colours together. Should we have a look at that? Yeah. There we go. Let me pop that on top there. So that, you see, ties up all those colours, doesn't it? Doesn't have to be mountainy, it can just be triangles then. Just triangles. Just in, a random triangle type of way. I'm going to mix it up a bit now and say, what about, and just so that you can get an idea of how different colours work. There. Now this is your mountain bundle. So if I take this one away, and this then is your lakeside, is mountain, and then look at, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Just what different colours, that's a completely different feel. Colours always astound me as to how just changing it up a little bit, taking out those darker colours, gives it a far more restful feel. But you've still got that colour as a nice contrast. I like those together, actually. They're nice. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what we haven't looked at very much. Can we look at, just to give you an idea of how, I need a bigger desk. I'd like to see the navy type ones just put together, just to see what they look like all put together. So here we go. We've got, just bear with me one moment while I just put the bluey tones together. Here we go. Because the birds, we haven't seen much of our swooping birds. So let's have a look at these birds very quickly. These are your birds. Swooping birds. Is that a dove of peace swooping around the place? Yeah. Designed by Pippa Shaw, this collection. I like how with Dashwood they will always put the designer's name on the selvage. Really gives them that recognition. So that's your birds working beautifully with all the ones with the navy in. Yeah. Should we have a look at those three together? Is that a bit controversial? What do you think? Yeah, we can't put all the details in, but I just want to give you an idea of all of the ones with the navy in, how they look together. So we've got the navy trees coming in down there, which is this one here. You've got your blue birds there. And then this is the yellow triangles that we've just seen. They work, don't they? They look really nice. And then you see I would possibly go Lakeside with all of those. And that's going to give poor producer Hannah an absolute nightmare. Yeah, you can't put all those details in. But just so that you get an idea of which ones go. We'll go through each bundle in a minute. Let me give these to lovely Amy. Yay, there you go, Amy. Have a little fold there. Now, one last one that we haven't looked at, though, very quickly, is this one, before we deal with the bundles on their own again. And this one is your triangles on white, which works beautifully with the ecru forest. Yay! There we go. Works lovely, doesn't it? Now, do you want to see that with the ecru forest? Because it does work really nicely. Ecru trees, not forest. They haven't wanted to commit to it being like an entire forest. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Isn't that a completely different feel to the navy? So the bundle, I think, that is the most obvious choice with that one is your forest woodland. Just see how that, and then that just all, yeah, I like. So, ecru trees there. Altitude white triangles there. And if you're looking on the website, this is your Woodland Bundle, $22.95. Okay? Let's go through these bundles, because the other one that I think really, really works with this is producer Hannah's favourite, which is here. Yeah, let's look at these bundles on their own. Let me get rid of these, although that does work really nicely. Here we are. Oh, sorry, Amy, more folding. There we go. Right. Mountain bundle most popular. Do you want to go mountain to start off with? Although I've got... Okay. That is mountain bundle. Oh, I had mountain bundle. Okay. There we go. There we go, Amy. Thank you. Whee! Right. She's going to go off and do her magic folding thing. This is your mountain bundle. Yeah. Well, it just works, doesn't it? It really works, an absolute treat. So 1/2 metre of each of those. 1945. You've got two different linear, then you've got your solid spectrums working beautifully in there. And then also, we give you the names because there might be one colour in there that you absolutely just have to have. And so you've got, let's have a look. You've got cameo and duck egg in your linear. You've got mint. You've got ochre. And you've got, which one was that one? Vanilla. They're your colours. Vanilla, duck egg, ochre, mint. And what was that one? Cameo. There you go. So if you wanted those by the ½ metre, that's how that's going. I'm just going to swoop this in so that you can see how the collection works with it. Apart from these two, there we go, pop those two in. So you can just see why we've chosen the colours that we have. This is your collection. This is your brand new collection this morning, which is the Altitude by Dashwood. There it is. And that's with our most popular bundle this morning. It's good, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take those away and show you the next bundle. So the next bundle is your Woodland. This one's my favourite one. Yep, I'm going out there. So it's calm, it's tranquil, and it matches my fabric to my house. You know, which is useful, isn't it? So you've got 2 spot-ons, 2 linears, and you've got your latte in there. Teal and dark teal. Linear, you've got petrol blue and lichen, and then you've got your latte. Yes. $22.95. Lots of you with that in your baskets. Please check out your baskets. P&P is done per day, by the way, so you can check out as many times as your little heart desires. Now, what happens if we pop that in? This is the collection. Obviously, we can't put, all the details in for every single one of these, but they are now all on the website. So you can really see how the Woodland works beautifully with the collection. Yeah, I like that. Although I can see why so many people are going for mountain. It's that ochre, isn't it, in that mountain that, yeah. Now, let's show you our last collection. In terms of bundle, I should say. So the last bundle to show you is the Lakeside. So you've got navy, you've got ocean, you've got citrus, you've got nude, and what was that one called? Can't remember what that one is. Oh, that's azure. That's right, azure. Azure. It's a good one, isn't it? But you see, I'm going to bring this in and go there. Because this, I think, is working with your navy department over here. So I think these, if you've gone for like these ones, hang on. Let's move those across to there and pop that in there. There. Yeah. I like a lot. Yeah, that citrus does it. Again, it's that citrus pulls out these colours, doesn't it? And here, just pulls those out. You see that? I think I would do that. That would work, wouldn't it? Really nicely. Oh, so much fun to be had, just playing with what goes with what and how and where and with which ones. So that's your birds, that's your navy trees, and that's your yellow triangles, and that's your lakeside. Now, the Altitude mountain fabric is out in the lead. We kind of knew it would be because it's everyone's favourite. Well, it's like the signature of the collection, isn't it? So let's have a look at that. The star of the show. There. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Now, your fabric by the half metre will arrive in a nice little box like that. Now, you can buy it by the half metre, you can buy as much of it as you like. So you decide, you're in control of this. So whether you just want a half metre, whether you want 2 metres, 3 metres, however much you want. What we've shown you is a metre of it. So this is what a metre looks like. If you're getting a metre today, that's how much of this fabric that you will get. And our pricing there is by the half metre. We're lucky enough to be able to bring you fabric by the half metre, and then you choose how much you want, which is just fab. If you want over 1.5 metres, just give us a call and we can sort that out for you. There we go. Now, would you like to see that one with some trees? Yeah. Trees are the most next, but what? The ecru trees. Oh, we've got another picture. Thanks for all your pictures today. Who's this? This is from Pauline. Oh, Norway. I've never been to Norway. I always fancy it. She went there last year. And it goes with all today's colour bundles. Yes, it does. Now, you see, what you could do is print that off from your threads and then get your mountain bundles and all your altitude fabrics and make a beautiful quilt based around your holiday. Yeah. And with all those colours that just work. Ecru trees with your mountains. Looking lovely. Really good. You see, the trees to me, they could be all sorts of things. There's kind of a feathery effect to them. But then also, if you're doing Scandi Christmas, that's going to work. If you're doing anything sort of Aztec-y, that would work. It's not too overly Christmas, Patricia, Hannah, you are so right. Can we just have a little play and just see how these all... Here we go. There's that. And there's that. And there's also that, which I just think work beautifully together. They're your teals. So they're your trees. They're your trees, and they're your ecru trees. They're there. The mountain ones we've just dealt with. This is your outline mountain in yellow. And that's coming down the bottom there. This is your teal outline, which is going down there for you. All of these £6.50 prices the same. And then up here, this is your white triangles, or triangles on white. There you go. And they're going down the bottom of the screen for you now. So I think a really lovely collection. And of course, your middle one, which we've just seen, is your Altitude Mountains fabric. And that's the most popular today. Lovely, isn't it? Beautiful. Now, a stock check. Right. The Woodland Bundle has overtaken the mountain. Ooh, so please be aware of your basket. So, say you were buying these fabrics. Let's just place these nearby. So a lot of you with this in your baskets, please check out your baskets. Don't be stuck going, I'd really like that, and then you haven't got it. So this is your Woodland Bundle. And if I put that kind of diagonally across there so that you can get a good feel for that, how that's going to work with all of that collection, beautiful. Looks a treat, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, yes. Just works. Ah, beautiful. Do you want to see that with the mountain bundle instead? Yeah, okay, so I'll do the same with the mountain bundle so that you get an idea. Ooh, it's like a workout this morning, isn't it? Stretching and everything. There we go. could have done with a longer top, couldn't I? There we go. Oh, yeah. Now, you see, now I don't know which to go for. Tricky. Because I really like that. It's that, isn't it? So this is your mountain fabric bundle here. So your solids and your linear, but working an absolute treat with your Dashwoods. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, what have you gone for? So, most popular mountain. What's the next most popular out of the patterns? The trees. But what about the teal mountains? That's lovely too. It's up there. Okay, all right. That's all right. Yeah, look at that. That's lovely. Fab. Oh, make sure you check out your baskets. Get the one that you want. Oh, the books that we've put on the show for you, they all have within them. We'll put them through so that you can grab them if you want. They've all got bluey, tealy based quilts in that would work beautifully with this. That's why we've collected these 3 particular books, because the fabrics in here will work beautifully with some of those collections in there. So we'll put those through during the break so that you can see them on the website there. That hour has just disappeared. Now, up next is Victoria Peat, and we're going to be looking at some Hexies for you. So join us in just a couple of minutes. Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Britain's favourite sewing show is coming to London and we'll be there with bells on. The Great British Sewing Bee Live is taking place over 4 days from the 21st to the 24th of September at XL London. If you're a hobbyist dressmaker who's been inspired by what you've seen on the Sewing Bee, a seasoned professional looking for new ideas, or just fancy taking dressmaking up for the first time, this is the event for you. We are proudly sponsoring the Demo Theatre with live performances from designer, author and former Sewing Bee contestant Jennifer Taylor throughout the weekend. And with our discount code SQ241, you'll get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So what are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now and join the buzz at the Great British Sewing Bee Live this September. The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com.
What do you get when you cross a quilting genius with a superb Swiss-designed quilting machine? Tune in on Sunday the 17th of September and you'll find out. Over 2 shows, Joy will demonstrate a wide range of quilting techniques and sewing secrets. She'll start with a machine quilting masterclass in which she'll explore all the fantastic features of the Elna 730X quilting machine. Then, she'll go on to make a traditional quilt block, featuring sashing and cornerstones using some fabulous textured solids. Whether you're a seasoned quilter or just starting out, these shows are bound to help you improve your skills, gain new ideas, and expand your fabric stash. So, don't miss Joy's quilting tips and tricks on Sunday the 17th of September at 8 AM and 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Good morning, welcome back. Now, I'm Natasha McCarthy. This hour, it's all about the Hexies. Victoria Peat will be joining me in just one moment. I'm going to show you the bundles very, very quickly of what we have to play with. Now, in each of our bundle collections that we've got for you, because we're talking English paper piecing here with your hexagons, it seems fair in each bundle to put in 260 of the Hexies, okay? So you don't have to go cutting out those paper pieces. The paper piecing is done, all ready for you. Now, our graphics have decided they don't want to play, so we'll go and have a look in just 1 second. So we'll go across to Victoria, we'll get going with that, and then when our graphics decide they want to play ball, we'll come back and have a look at these. So Victoria, a bit earlier than expected. Hello!
Hey, don't worry.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Looking fabulous, and of course...
Appropriately dressed for the day.
Appropriately dressed. Oh, but Hannah says,
dressed for the occasion.
Because she really wants it.
Oh, it's quite old.
Oh, is
I've had it a while.
Ah,
Won't be on sale anymore.
Hannah.
Sorry.
Now, English paper piecing.
Yes.
It's kind of making it's a bit of a renaissance, isn't it? It's making a comeback.
Yeah, it is. And it's a nice project to do because it's easygoing. Take your time, slow sewing, and it's really portable. That's one nice thing about it. Is you haven't got to get your machine out and all your bits and pieces.
This
is
one
with you.
Now, producer Hannah said earlier, she said, I'm doing a little bit of English paper piecing because I can do it in front of the telly.
Yes. Yes, I do it in front of the television. I took some on holiday with me.
Yes.
Because it's so small and you just take a few pieces of papers, some pins, a couple of bits and pieces, that's it, you're away.
Yes.
Takes
also,
up no room.
I often get traffic dependent. I get to Freddie's school, sometimes a few minutes early. And what do? You know, so I just keep a little bit in some of the Hexies that we did at the Festival of Quilts. A lot of you came and joined us, and all of these are going to be sent off today, and quilts are going to be made for the Linus Foundation.
That's fab. That's brilliant.
Yay!
Yeah, I popped along on the show. It was
some
really nice, and the community feel was really lovely. And there were loads of people all stitching, all from. There were viewers, people who hadn't watched us yet. There were people from abroad. And people just spent a really long time making up these Hexies. It was lovely to see.
I think it was a nice excuse to sit down.
It was,
you know,
right.
especially those that had tickets for all 4 days. By the second and third day, they needed a little sit down.
And it was good, comfy seat.
Yeah. Now you're doing a project, aren't you? With
yes,
Hexies?
I am doing a project.
You're doing a sewing quarter project. Tell us about it.
Yes, my sewing quarter story. So when you make projects for the sewing quarter, there's always scraps, and I'm not very good at just binning scraps. I'm a bit of a hoarder, let's say, and I just thought would it be really nice to document what I'm doing on the sewing quarter by making Hexies from those scraps.
Oh,
so I'm just saving all the little bits and making them up. Do you want to have a look?
Fabulous.
I've got some of them.
Oh, have you? Mm-hmm. Oh, in the best biscuit tin in the world.
Biscuit tin ever.
We're not selling this, but we all wanted it.
So I've just made a start on pulling together Hexies from all of my projects. I'm not quite there yet, not quite up to date. But I thought that would make a really nice collage at one point and nice.
I love how they're coming together in colour order. So I'm seeing which ones. There's a bit of Tilda there. Yeah. There's some of
Amy
our
Butler.
Yeah. Oh, now that's a tulip pink in there. Oh, I don't know which that one is. I didn't have that one.
That one's a Lewis and Irene.
Oh, nice. Oh, Amy Butler again. Very nice. Yeah. So there's all sorts going on in here, isn't there? A bit more Tilda in there. Oh, now that one, I can't remember which one that was.
That one was from this range, I think.
Was it?
Yes.
That's Tula Pink.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that was from the Tula range.
Beautiful.
Oh, no, that was a
No,
calf.
it's not, isn't it? Is it?
Yes.
Anyway, should we go and have a look at our bundles today? And then you can add even more to them. So, our bundles today, we've got a mixture for you. They're all by the ½ metre. Let's start off because, the new range of Harvest Tilda is in. It's fab. So 2½ metres in total. You get 260 Hexies. That's a lot to get you going. Now, I think, and I get told off for saying this, but I think you've got so much fabric here that you can make other projects, and then with your leftovers, you can do your English paper piecing. But look what you're getting in here. By the ½ metre, that's some of your Tilda. Just beautiful. And then, I just love it, it's beautiful. Then you've got your spot on in there, but then look, ooh. Now, this is one that you often see in a lot of the Tilda collections, but I've never seen it in the lilac before. Absolutely stunning. And then you've got two more complementary purples in there. Isn't that stunning? So, you know, maybe you want to work all of that on your EPP, but then EPP, English paper piecing. There it is. That is $35.95 for an awful lot of fabric and a whole metre of Tilda in there. Let's have a look at the botanical one over here. Oh, when you've seen what Victoria's done with this fabric, I'm expecting a rush on it. Again, 260 of your Hexies, but this fabric turns out is just the best for English paper piecing, and you'll see why. Look at that. But Victoria, it turns out, is the queen of fussy cutting, and it looks fab. So that's from your Botanica range, looking really rather gorgeous. And what you've got quite a variety in this bundle. So we've also got a spot on, then you've got some extra butterflies, and then you've got a real red linear, and then you've got that ochre again in there. So you can mix and match that. It's just a great range of fabrics. However you want to play with that. $33.95. It might be that you've got a thing about butterflies, that's the one for you. And of course, don't forget, you're also going to get your Hexies in there. Now, the next one to look at. Ooh. Now, this is a fabulous mix of Amy Butler and Tilda. So you get, I'm going to turn this around because I spent a whole show with this upside down. I didn't realise that actually it's called It Takes Two. It's in bone is the colour, but can you see the peacocks in there? Yeah. I had it upside down thinking it looked like a lion, but actually it's peacocks.
Is it not multi-directional?
If you don't like peacocks, then yes. Multi-directional. But you know, I've done an entire bag with it upside down because I didn't see that. It's the joy of fabric, isn't it? And then we've put it with some of your teal Tilda out of the Harvest range. Very lovely. Which I think picks out the teal in there beautifully. What a decadence, all this designer fabric. And then from the ginger colour range out of the Tilda, you've got that one in there. And then because you've got that hot pink in the Amy Butler, we've put pink in, and then we've given you a neutral in there as well, all for $35.95. So that is, what, 2.5 metres of fabric and your Hexies. Yes, please. Fab. Now, a couple more bundles, and we've just gone plain because, you know, sometimes you just want plain. So let's go rainbow. I can sing a rainbow. This is your Opulent Bundle, and here they are. So a 1/2 metre of each of these. So here you're getting 3 metres, and because this is our Spectrum Solid range, $26.45. 3 metres, great value for money with your fabrics there, lovely quality fabric, and it's giving you those staple colours. So you've got a rainbow going on there for $26.45. HIGC 66. And of course, don't forget, you've got your Hexies in there as well. So you've got everything to get going. Now, maybe you want a paler palette. Maybe you want to have a kind of a rainbow, but this time in your pastels. Then this is our final bundle to show you. Again, 3 metres of fabric here as well, $26.45. And this is your pastel bundle. So that's your pastel rainbow. There it is for $26.45, including your Hexies as well. Now, Tilda, already the most popular. Gosh, we had sell-out Tildas yesterday. It is so pretty. And I'm going to take these with me. But let's have one last look at that Tilda. There it is. $35, I believe. $35.95, I want to say. Yeah, $35.95. I'm not lying. I wouldn't do that to you. $35.95.
Not intentionally.
No, Tilda Hexie bundle, 2.5 metres, PJGC 44. They randomly generated those codes.
I've
You'd
noticed.
never have guessed, would you? So where's the...
There's no logic, there's no clue as to what product it might be with.
No. Jane in South Yorkshire says, good morning, ladies. Loving the fabrics, and Victoria's top is stunning, isn't it?
Thank you. Have a twirl.
Yeah, lovely. Very nice.
Thank
I
you.
had to wear my grey shirt just to match you.
You did.
What was that? Sorry? Oh, Joe sent in a message. Can you email and then producer Hannah can answer? Now, we had a little rifle through and we found a couple of little makes just highlighting how beautiful English paper piecing is.
Yeah, it's really versatile and you can create different looks according to how you put your fabrics together.
Absolutely. So this one was done with some of the elephant fabric. Now, we had the grey elephant yesterday on our Miss It, Miss Out hour. And that's just one way of having, well, marauding elephants all over the place.
Off to circus?
Absolutely. Now, this one you did.
Yes, I did.
And you did this out of the Free Spirit.
Yes, the Free Spirit
Modern Solid range, which we've also got on the show for you today.
And they're both from the Happy Hexies book.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. So, wouldn't that look lovely in the pastel rainbow you could do
That
as
would
well?
look really nice.
Yeah. All different options going on for you today. So, would you like to have a quick look at the Happy Hexie book? And then we'll see where that's come from. As we've mentioned it.
It's this one on the front cover.
Oh, there you go. We don't have to go much further, do we?
Ta-da.
But your Happy Hexies gives you 12 different projects. And then next hour for your bag accessories. Whoops.
Oh, brilliant.
So you might, because this is it, you might not want to do an entire quilt out of your Hexies.
It's a big project. To do an entire quilt is a really big project.
It's like a lifelong project, isn't it,
is.
to do a massive quilt. But I think it works as a timeline, a fabric timeline. So it tells you how to do it, and then all of your different projects. And it's really clearly illustrated how to put them together, how to work it.
Yeah, here's your bag pattern. So it shows you how to lay out all of your Hexies and how to sew them together, because quite often you'll make a Hexie flower and join those together, but this pattern's slightly different the way it's been put together, and it's a different shape. So it tells you
in-betweeny Hexie bits. And then it gives you other... Look at that, it's a bit stunning, isn't
giant Hexie bag.
Yeah. Maybe you go on the train into work every day and you need something to do on the train. Mm. Oh, a tea cosy.
That would look so nice in the mine's just gone blank. Tilda, thank you. I knew it was a tea.
So all different sorts of projects. But then if you do want to do your mini quilt, what about that for a baby quilt?
Aww.
That'd be beautiful.
Oh, in those pastels.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. So that's your Happy Hexie books, 12 different projects in there, just to give you that inspiration to get going. But we've got Victoria here to give us inspiration. How do we do it?
Right, well, English paper piecing is a really old traditional craft because you could do it without a sewing machine. Traditionally, you have Hexies, but English paper piecing, there are so many different shapes with pentagons and diamonds and squares.
It's a veritable maths lesson, isn't it?
It is really maths, and all the shapes are quite closely linked.
Yes.
But today we're looking at the Hexie.
So this is your Hexie, and fear not, you do not have to cut them out because we're giving you, in each of the bundles, 260. They're an inch on each side.
Yes, 1 inch on each side. Sorry, that's really, really rustly.
Yeah,
it's like being in the cinema.
Yeah, when it goes quiet, and there's always someone rustling.
Yes.
So you're going to get a whole load of these.
Yes, and some of them have got holes in the back, which is nice. They've got a pretty little hole in the back. So these are handy because it saves working out the maths and trying to figure out exactly how size they are, and they're accurate. Work's been done for you.
And also, they are the perfect weight so that you can, firstly, fold them, but secondly, you can then take them out and reuse. Yeah. So once you've got them, don't think that you've got to then throw them away.
No, there's multiple use. They'll work a fair number of times. Some people are happy using just like a printer paper standard weight.
I find that quite light,
I'd like to go for something a little bit more card-like, but you don't want to go too heavy because, as you say, it makes them a bit too rigid and a bit more difficult to bend when you're coming to sew on a third Hexie. So these are really nice, pliable.
Was the perfect weight, and that's what we've got for you here. Tried and tested.
Work.
Well, as you can see.
Yes.
These were all made with these. Okay, so we've got our Hexies.
So
we've got our fabric.
With your Hexies, you can either do standard cutting out, where you just cut out anywhere on the fabric, or you do fussy cutting. And we'll have a look at fussy cutting later, but if we just start off with a basic on how you cut out your fabric and go from there. So you choose your fabric. Which one would you like to work with?
Oh, Tilda.
This one. Lovely.
Yes.
I've already cut a couple out of this, which you'll see.
Oh, like you can see.
I've already cut. Now, when you cut out and you're not fussy cutting, you can just place it anywhere on your fabric.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about it. You also don't need to be terribly accurate about how you cut out.
Okay.
Because it all gets hidden on the underside of your Hexie. So you don't have to be totally exact. What you do need is a good 1/4 of an inch on the outside. So you can do a number of things. You can either create yourself a cutting template from the little pre-cut Hexies, or you can use your add a 1/4 ruler to just use and cut around the outside of your shape.
So this has a little lip on it, which slots into the paper and will then add you that 1/4 of an inch. So you'll see that Victoria now does the perfect 1/4 of an inch cut.
Just going to get rid of this bit.
And here we go. We'll show you that.
Yeah, do you want to have a look at the lip first?
So when I say it's got a lip, if you can just see along there. So that slots along the paper. So when you've got this, other side, that slots into your paper there. So you would butt it to the paper and then you would just cut along there. And it gives you that perfect 1/4 of an inch to add on to...
It's really handy. So that's all right. We're not being overly exact. But this is good for both these kind of instances, but also good for foundation paper piecing.
Yes,
that's where I use mine an awful lot.
Because then you want that extra, don't you?
Yeah, and it just makes it easier for trimming on foundation paper piecing. So for me, that's close enough if I'm not fussy cutting. Or you could just cut around with a bit of scissors. It doesn't matter if it's not exact. Like I say, as long as you've got that 1/4 of an inch, that's enough to wrap around.
Okay, perfect.
There are essentially two different ways of attaching your fabric around your Hexie.
Okay.
You can either stitch it in place or you can glue it in place. So I'll quickly show you the stitching in place. Okay. And there are different ways of doing that. I'll just show you my preferred method of stitching around. So, Natasha, could I have a sewing needle, please?
Oh, yes. Now, there's nothing more annoying than getting your needles and then sort of doing that and them all going everywhere. But we discovered this yesterday. Look at this. This is my new favourite thing. Oh, hang on, it's not doing it. Why is it not doing it?
Oh, no, I need it.
Just did it earlier. Oh, no. It's got stuck. I've got a rogue one in there. Oh, no. Oh, these normally just flick out. What's going on?
Oh, I was so impressed.
Oh, I'll give that to Amy to sort out. Amy, I've broken it.
Can't be trusted.
Well, you know, that's the joy of live TV, isn't it? There you go, my love.
And Amy, would you mind, if that doesn't expel a needle even, could you find me a thin one for later? Thank you. I don't need it.
We picked extra fine needles for you. That was quite important, wasn't it?
I find it easier. For the basting, it doesn't matter quite so much. But when you come to join the Hexies together, then I find a thinner, finer needle works better. Okay, so you take your paper, place it in the middle of your fabric and fold over this first edge. And just sort of give it a little finger press along this edge. And I like to, it's blended in, just attach a sewing clip, but you could use a paper clip instead to attach it on. Just hold that in place.
Okay, it's kind of having that third...
Yes, those extra set of fingers. So I'll just attach that like that. And then I'll take the next side and fold that across and finger press that. So you can see that's been folded across. Then I'll take my needle, which is now stuck to the table.
This is the joy of having nails, isn't it?
Yes, I'm normally quite dexterous with them. So I'm just going to run a couple of stitches through all of those layers, but I'm not going through the paper and I'm not going through to the other side. Some people like to, but I think this way that I do means that you don't need to take the stitching out at the end.
Okay,
Because,
so we're just basting.
Let me see if it's not on any of these. On some of them, some people had gone all the way through the papers.
Yes, yes, they have. Oh, here.
Oh,
you
yes.
can see. So there, you can see in the contrasting colour thread, they've gone all the way through. That means they're going to have to snip off each of, again, you see it there, snip off those and pull them through. This is the traditional method, isn't it? This is the traditional method. But you then got to take out each of those threads before you can then take out to reuse your hexes.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there are lots of different methods of doing this.
And that's a really quick method to use, but it takes time later on. So you
what
just
you
continue,
gain in one side,
you lose on the
end.
other. Yeah. So once you've done that corner, you just then repeat as you work round through the fabric on top of the card, and you can sort of feel that template underneath as you sew, and just pull it a little bit taut. I go through twice. And then
this is why English paper piecing is one of those things that you do to relax.
Yes.
It's not done in a hurry.
It's not in a... Well, unless you're using a glue pen.
Well, we'll get to that in just
the
one
glue pen's
moment.
really fast. But this is somehow nice and relaxing. You just switch off, don't really think about anything, and just stitch away. And you know what? It doesn't really take any time at all. And before you know it, you've got yourself a stack of Hexies.
Now, you're using the Tilda bundle. The harvest is new. This launched 1st of September.
Yeah, only just out.
I believe. And that's your bundle there.
And the Tildas are really nice. They're really soft.
They are a beautiful fabric to use, aren't they? Really beautiful. Hey, do you know what's back?
Is it back?
Yeah. No, look. I can do what I was trying to show you earlier. So this...
Ready?
You just give it a shake. Ta-da! The magnet got stuck.
And they're back.
Yeah, they're back. So they're your ultra fine needles, and I love that because then you don't do that thing of tipping it and going everywhere.
And they're all in one place because I tend to put them in my pin cushion, and sometimes they just disappear inside the pin cushion.
Yeah, they do. It's so
gone.
annoying. And I can tell you because I was just told all they needed to do was give it a quick bang on the table, and it came
If
back out
in
again.
doubt, give it
a quick bang because you know it might happen to you at home. But there they are. Perfect. But you don't need them there.
No. Oh, but I will do when I come to join them together.
Okay.
So when you're stitching your basting your Hexies, you don't really need to use any particular thread or any colour.
You know when
such.
you get cheap threads that come in packs or, you know,
those
sewing, you know, cheap
hotel rooms.
sewing kits or something. I save those because
Yeah.
I'm not going to use them for anything else. There's not enough to wind a bobbin or anything else with it. And they're generally in quite lurid colours that I can then see.
Yes, and which is fine as long as you're not dealing with a really light fabric. So if you're doing the light pastels, don't use a dark thread if you're not planning on taking the threads out.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure that you think of context and whether you're taking the thread out or not. I was going to say something else about thread. I can't think. It's gone. It'll come back, I promise. Okay, so now we've got the Hexie has been basted, and that's your Hexie done.
Okay.
All done. So that's what it looks like from the back, and then it looks like that from the front. And if you'd like, you can iron it, but there's no need to really, because those edges are pretty well wrapped over the edges.
Now that's one technique. That's your traditional tacking technique.
Yes.
But as anything, these crafts evolve, these techniques evolve, and what was being cried out for a busier life was a quicker way to do this. And that's where this pen was developed. And the Soline glue pen was developed originally specifically for English paper piecing. So the glue was specially designed so that it held it long enough for you to baste your material. But then it's not so sticky that you can't then take your paper out. So it's not a permanent...
No, it's got a good level of tack to it, and it dries nicely. So they don't start falling apart once the glue's dry.
No.
They're just easy to remove.
Each of them come in a different colour. So you get blue, we get yellow, and I think we've got a pink one there
I've
as
got
well.
the yellow one.
So whichever one you're going for, They don't dry that colour, they dry clear. That's just so that you can see where you've put them on, so that they stand out.
Got a trail.
When they come to you, they will come like this. So you get your glue pen and you get a refill as well, which is rather good. So you've got one in there already, and then you get the refill there, and that's for $5.95. That's buying you time, that is.
It really does buy you time, and that's loads of glue. That will baste loads and loads of Hexies.
You don't need a lot.
No, it's just a slick.
Yeah. Show us, Victoria.
Let's see.
Show us.
Okay.
Show us your slick of glue.
A slick of glue. So again, you cut out your fabric, ready to go, and you take your glue pen and you run a slick of it along the paper, not along the fabric.
Oh, do you do it along the paper?
I just do it along the paper.
Oh, see, I do it along the fabric.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I find it sometimes catches on the fabric and pulls the fabric a bit.
Oh, you see, Hannah does it on the paper. You see, I did it on the fabric so that you got a better turn.
Oh, no.
But it's personal preference, isn't it?
And then you can just lift up the edge and glue it down.
Ah, you see, so you do it there. So you do end up doing it so you get the turn.
It's a bit difficult to see. I'm just trying to make sure that you can see what I'm doing in this corner. I'm just sort of poking that down a little bit when you fold over.
Yeah.
And you can go around and do one at a time, or I'll show you in a minute. Some people like to do 2 sides at a time.
It's quite a fast drying glue. So if you do go around and do all the sides, just be aware you've got to turn them quite quickly, because as soon as it goes clear, it's dry.
It's dry.
So it's nice to just glue and turn.
Glue and turn. So that's one done already, and you can see
quick
how quick that is in comparison. And then some people like to do 2 sides of glue at a time.
Oh, opposites.
Yeah. So just do opposite sides at the same time.
Oh, that's a good way, actually.
It's just about getting a rhythm to what you're doing. If you're planning on doing a whole pile of them all in one go, I think it's about just get into the swing. Yeah, get into the swing of it. Get a stack of your templates, get a stack of your paper or of your fabric ready to go, and then just do them all in one go.
Fab.
But you can see that's where did I put the other one? That's really does exactly the same thing. And actually, I would say that the glue actually provides a slightly sharper edge than folding.
Mm. Can I show? Can I actually? I'm gonna just show on here how easy it is to actually take them out, because this was the other thing that we were asked was, well, hang on, once they're in, can you take them out? Yes, look, this was glued, this one, and you just peel it back, and then if you've got one with the heart, then you can, there you go, that's it out, and you can reuse that. It's
simple as that. And if you're a little bit stuck, you can even stick something blunt.
Oh, they've used 2 in there.
They have. Well, some people like to, because they do like it slightly stiffer.
Yeah.
But
so it's up to you then?
I think they're okay. But you can use the heart in the middle. You can put something blunt in to help lever out if you've used too much glue.
Okay.
But there's not really any risk unless you're applying glue like a 3-year-old. Then you know what they're like.
You see me gluing. You see, and my son gluing. Now let's have a look at some pictures. Some of you have sent in some photos already. Hooray!
Wonderful.
Ooh. So this, I love these colours. Look at this.
That's so nice. Really
we
fresh.
don't know how to say the lady's name. Reva. So she's a massive fan of EPP. She sent quite a few lovely pictures, apparently. Producer Hannah, unsurprisingly, has chosen this one because these are her favourite.
That's really nice. It's really fresh, really
and so
bright.
when she's on the train to London, she does it on the way.
See? All that wasted hours and you could be creating something amazing.
Well, what she's done is she's then appliqued them onto ready-made bags.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, we've got a few more pictures apparently as well.
Oh, let's see.
Are these all from Reva, or are they from other people? Oh, wait till you see this. This is from Jennifer.
Oh, my word.
No way.
Look at all that work.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow, that is amazing, isn't it?
That tells a story as well, doesn't
That's
it?
Stunning. 2,500 hand-pieced hexes.
And lovely how she's got the little stars here and there as well. So it's not just hexagons.
She said it was a labour of love. I bet it was.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Oh, really nice.
Do you know what? You're a clever bunch out there. Mm. And then this is Producer Hannah's.
Woohoo!
Yay! Although, Producer Hannah, that doesn't show the one that you sewed on back to front last night. No, it doesn't show that one. We've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah.
She went to bed at that point and went...
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to say enough. Enough, I'm not thinking straight.
Producer Hannah, you're up there. Brilliant. Very nice.
Lovely.
Yes.
Right, shall we sew some together?
Yes.
Let's do that. Sewing together... Sorry, you were going to say?
No, I'm saving it for later.
Okay. I'll say again. Look at that.
It's like, you know, if you ever do archery, or if you've ever seen the archers where they have the thing of...
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The needles come to you. Here we go. Assorted, fine and extra fine, 4.45. They look like this when they come to you. And then they look like a... I don't know what you call it with archeries. They quills?
Quivers?
Are they quivers?
Is the quiver the name just for the bit on the end?
Oh, I don't know. Arrows.
Nothing like being educated.
Nothing
Crikey.
like. Absolutely nothing like. We don't have a clue.
Oh, dear me.
Wendy in Essex says, do you pre-wash fabric before cutting, please?
I don't tend to.
Again, this
Unless
is always...
I'm dressmaking.
Yeah, this is personal preference again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like not, and then when I wash the quilt, it goes
A little bit crinkly.
and I like that.
Yeah,
but that's
I
my
like
personal
that.
preference. If you don't like that crinkly kind of...
Then wash.
Then wash.
And also, if you're using poorer quality fabrics, I'll say, where the colour might run.
Oh, yeah.
On strong colours,
yeah.
then you might want to throw in a colour catcher, pre-wash. Otherwise, suddenly all your hexes are going to be the same colour. All that work.
You know,
tonal.
uniformity. Yeah.
Right, so the hexes I've placed, to start off with, I've placed 2 right sides together. Here. And made sure that the edges meet and the corners match up. And I'll start off by going into this little corner here. Some people tie a knot, but actually I think it's just as easy just to run a couple of stitches on effectively what you would call the seam allowance on the back of one of the hexes.
Right.
And then start off with, I'm going to show you a whip stitch, but you can do a ladder stitch, but I don't think that's as stable because when you pull it apart, it sort of doesn't quite have as much strength.
Yeah.
There's also something else called a flat back stitch, but I'll just show you a whip stitch for today. It's because it's the most common and it's probably the fastest method. So I start off with just going through these very 2 corner pieces here, right through there, and I'll run 2 stitches. Try not to catch the other stitch. And I'll run 2 of those. And then just try, and it's up to you how you want to stitch your whip stitch. Some people really love to see the stitching in the finished project from the right side.
Oh, okay.
Because it shows that it's been handmade and it's part of the process.
Yes.
And other people don't like to see the stitches at all.
And make it look like, you know, that part of their process is that, hey, I hand stitched so well it looks like it's
that
been
you can't
machine
see
done.
it.
Yeah.
So that depends on how much fabric you take in when you go through both sides. So if you don't mind that you see your stitches, then you don't need to be quite so careful. But if you want your stitches to be hidden, you just need to take a couple of threads from the top of each of these edges as you go along.
The trouble is, it hurts my fingers.
Yeah, it does. I find it really difficult to use a thimble. I like the idea of using a thimble, but I never seem to be able to keep them on. And I always start out by stitching and thinking, yeah, I'll be fine. But by the time you've done a couple of flowers, you end up with a sore spot on your finger. And for me, that sore spot is here, because I use my index finger. Some people use their middle finger or whatever's comfortable for them, but I always end up with a sore spot here.
Okay.
So what I quite like to do is use one of these thimbles.
I hadn't
stick-on
seen
thimbles.
these until this morning. I was like, why have I never seen these in my life? Now, obviously, someone's had a good go at these. Was this you?
No, it wasn't me, actually. I promise.
So there are 2 different types. And this is a thimble pad. Brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant. That's what they look like. What they remind me of... now, that is leather. So if you have any problems with leather, then don't get this one, get the other one. Yep. Just, you know, so that you're aware, it is real leather. So don't, you know, if you're vegan or anything like that, don't get that one. Get this one, which is Well, this has a little metally bit.
It's like a little cap.
Which isn't in there right now. Which we'll show you what it looks like. Here we go. And on this one, you'll see... You can see the metal. That's the metal.
No, that's the metal one.
It's got
Sorry,
the metal
I couldn't see it.
and then adhesive pads, which is
stick
fab.
them on. It was very clever. Did it maybe fall underneath there? No.
Probably. So the metal one has one of those, and then you get the adhesive pads there.
It's like a little cup.
Yeah, like that, and then you put your adhesive thing on. But then the leather ones, you just stick the pad on. So would you like to use one?
Feel free. I'll take one of those.
Grab a leather one.
And they're not single use. You can use them multiple times because they've got a good amount of stick to them.
Okay.
And then, so I've just made it to the other end of the first edge, and I've run 2 sets of stitches through that edge.
Okay.
So I've done along there. So that's where I've stitched them together. Okay. And then when you turn them through to that side, they're not too bad actually.
Looks
for sewing on TV.
Hey, it's always different, isn't it?
It's always different.
Because it's always done at a funny angle so our cameras can get it.
It is. I'm trying to stitch this way, but try and show this way as well. Right, so when you come to sew on your third hexie, so if you're sewing something like a flower, I tend to start with this one in the middle, and I'll sew one on, and then I'll gradually work my way around sewing the others on. So I've effectively done a centre and one other piece.
Okay.
I then need to get this one attached on in this place here.
Yes.
So I will take my thread and run it up to this point so that I can then sew along this edge and then along this edge.
Okay.
So underneath, rather than cutting off the thread and restarting, I'll run the thread through a channel in the back here.
Okay, I guess it's adding an extra bit of security as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all just intertwined. And then I'll run the needle out in this very corner.
Okay. Now this is out of the Botanical bundle, this red spot on, and over half of that has gone, as is this fabric as well.
I love the texture on that.
It's lovely, isn't it? So this is that you've got that real red linear in there, and then you've got that ochre.
Ochre is my favourite.
Is it? It feels like an ochre day today, and it matches your top.
It does. It's that kind of day. So then I just do the same thing running along.
So this stick-on thimbly thing, it's on your finger there. And so then how does that then work?
So when I push through the fabric, I always push the end of the needle through to get it through. And I always end up with a really sore spot
there
on that part of my finger.
Can you just show us again on your finger? Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Please. Thank you. There.
So it's quite thin, it's not too thick, and it's got a good,
yeah.
It's not falling off.
That's the leather pad. At the moment we've got the Colonial one on, which is the metal one. And then the leather one will come on.
It's like a suede-y feel.
Yeah,
it's not slippery, it's got a little bit of grip to it. They're great, I love them. Because every time I use a thimble, falls off.
Ah, fab.
Every time.
Excellent. So, sorry, the other one, they're both Colonial. So the thimble pad is what you've got on, and the under thimble is the one with the metal one, just to make that really clear. So if you're vegetarian or vegan and you don't want to use leather, then go for the first one that we had.
That one's really comfortable as well, because it's contoured to your finger. Right. So it's not a flat thing, it is like a little dome that just sits over your end of your finger.
This is your under thimble, there it is. And that's with the metal one, so if you're veggie or vegan or anything like that, that's $9.45, and then the one that you're wearing is the suede one.
Yep.
And then there it is.
I know one lady, she does the EPP on a sofa, and at the end of the night she takes this off and just sticks it on the lampshade next to the sofa.
So they are multi-use.
Yes, they definitely are multi-use. And I bet with a bit of spray adhesive, stick back on again. It's worth a try.
Oh, the Botanical Bundle is sold out.
Oh
my
wow.
goodness.
Good
wow,
grief.
Gone. So let's have a look. Let's give you the details for the Tilda one.
I didn't even show my fussy cutting.
Look, oh, okay. Hang on, let me grab you the fussy cutting. So as the Botanical has sold out, can I just show you? Because we said that we'd talk about fussy cutting, but if you have got the Botanical, a look at that. That's what you, congratulations if you just managed to get hold of it. That's
possibilities with that are fantastic, and
really
fussy cutting is such a lovely way of using a print in a different way.
Yeah,
and I've fussy cut some from the Tilda.
Should we have a look at that? Actually,
let's have a look.
Let's take a look.
So what I've done is, and I'll just show you on the Botanicals, just so that you can see the effect of the fussy cutting. Is you pick out a certain part of the fabric to cut out. So this is what your fabric will end up looking like with all the holes in it.
It looks like you've got hexagonal
moths.
Yeah.
So that's what fussy cutting is picking out certain elements of the design, and that's what I've done here with the Tilda as well. You saw that earlier. This one's got a tighter repeat to it, so you're not wasting as much. But to be honest, with this, I'll go back and use the bits
whatever's
in between anyway.
Now, over half of the Tilda bundle is gone as well, but let's have a look at this Tilda.
Is this going to be easiest to see on here or on the desk?
Oh, there's your Tilda bundle, $35.95 there. Let me pop that down there. Okay, we want to do this just on the tabletop so that you can see. This is magic. I love this.
This is really clever, and it just shows how you can look at a design in different ways. That's not the right one. I'm thinking that one doesn't match. And I seem to be missing one of them. Too many Hexies everywhere.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Is it? Oh, no, there it is.
Is that it hiding in there?
Yeah.
Lovely. So you can see there how it's taken part of that design and it concentrates that darker blue in the middle of the design. And then if you wanted to, you could turn them actually and say, no, I want the light blue in the middle.
I think that's beautiful. And that's the thing of fussy cutting.
And so you can fussy cut with designs, or like some of the people that have done at the show, at the NEC the other week, they fussy cut here and they fussy cut out an element of the design, which was the rabbit's face.
Yes.
Or if you've got longer arms, that one there is a fabulous piece of fussy cutting, where they've just taken out into one corner of the Hexie part of that design. And they've created a whole new picture from those.
So you've got the bike wheel in the middle, and then you've got all the swallows. It's lovely. It's entirely up to you. Oh, here's another one. Look at this one. So again, it's about getting to know your material and picking out, and you get the chance to pick out your favourite bit of a fabric.
Yes, I've taken from the other Tilda, I've taken out the large flower from those, because I thought that was really nice.
Lovely. So this is the Tilda bundle. Now, show us what else we can do with this Tilda bundle.
The fussy. Really. I'll just quickly show you the fussy cutting. We've got these templates, these clover templates, and you might have seen these before and thought, what on earth are those for? But they're for your paper piecing.
Right.
And these on the inside you use to draw and cut out your templates. Mm-hmm. So you make your own templates from the inside of these. The outside is what you use to help you with fussy cutting.
And that is 1/4 of an inch. The width of that plastic is 1/4 of an inch. So they will come to you like this. And they are all the different shapes in there. So you've got all of those different shapes. And what I love about them, you'll see the different colours there. The different colours coordinate. So the pinks shapes will work with the other pink shapes, and the blue shapes work with the other blue shapes in terms of sizing.
Yes, I used the hexagon in conjunction with the diamond, 60-degree diamond.
Yeah, let's see that, because that's very clever.
So do you want me to show you how to fussy cut first, or do you want me to show you the diamonds that I've done?
Show the diamonds that you've done.
Yeah. So I took the larger hexagons, and then I've used the diamonds in conjunction with those. What you may or may not know, depends on how much you know about paper piecing, is if you join together 3 diamonds,
And that's what this pack allows you to do.
That creates another hexagon shape that will be the same size as that one.
Which is why you've won the top you've won. Yay! So then you've
Very
got a
clever.
tumbling block, which is stunning. And the other way that these then could piece together is you could do kind of a chevron down the
so
side.
I've sort of taken, you could attach those on like this, and then another set on this one. So you could attach those next to each other, you could offset them, all sorts of ways that you can use those.
All sorts of things. And that's using these. And that's what I suddenly realised yesterday when I was looking at these, is that if you just overlap those, then that length there is the same as that inner length. So they're the two that will match together. And so you get all of these shapes. Oh, it's great. It's great fun, this. It's like a big old jigsaw. And so you can do multiples along with the pink. And so they're your pink shapes, and these are your blue shapes. If you want to go a little bit bigger. Yeah, absolutely.
So the bigger you go, obviously the less pieces you need to cut,
yes.
But the longer it takes to stitch them together.
But if for example, with the tilde fabric, if you're fussy cutting, then you see, look, you can just place it over.
Really beautiful.
And go, look, okay, I want to get all of that. Pretty much.
And that's where these work tonally so nicely together, or you can pick out. Yeah. Very nice.
There you go. Or if you just want a little bit there.
Yeah.
Now, the colourful Hexie pack also works with these because they're the same.
Perfect size.
Perfect sizes.
And that's quick because all the cutting's been done.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Ooh. Which means that then, do you want to see these? So here you've got all the colours. And this is a great way to firstly speed things up, but secondly, you can then use it with all of your feature fabrics, and go, okay, so I want to do maybe a bit of tilde, and I'm going to match it.
A fabulous
with,
accent.
Yeah, you'd find that tealy blue that would then go with it. So $29.95, you get 75 pre-cut hexagons in there, or they just work beautifully together. And then you see, using this, you can then make your English paper piece for the inside, for the template for the inside. Yeah. And then you just cut those out of cardboard, cereal packets.
Cereal packet?
Yeah, cereal packet. And it's entirely then up to you how you want to do it.
Gives you lots of flexibility.
We haven't got very much longer
left.
No,
I'll just quickly show you the diamonds. Also, as they make part of the Hexie, but if you put them together, they'll create a star.
Is that how our lady that sent in that beautiful quilt did the star, do you think?
Quite possibly. I couldn't quite see because it was a little tiny picture. But you could do that, and you do more and more diamonds to create a lone star design. Nice. Or you add in your Hexies.
Now there's a question. What's the question?
Easy one.
Is the...
Rain on
are the Hexies on the bag the same size as the Hexies in
No, the Hexies are smaller. I did bring with me one that I pre-prepared. The template for these is in the book. But they are a lot smaller. If we take these Hexies, which are in the pack today, you can see this difference in size.
Okay, so the that size comes out of the book, and they're the ones that you're getting free with your, as part of your bundle.
As part of your bundle, these ones.
And that came out of the Happy Hexie book, which we showed you earlier. Now, Helen says, hi ladies, is the pink template the same size as the paper Hexies in the pack?
No.
Thanks, says Helen from Derbyshire. No, we're giving you other options for different sizes.
It's bigger.
There you go. And also, lots of questions. I like this,
But don't forget, if you wanted these, you can use your add-a-quarter ruler to draw around the outside. So you'd put this Hexie on a piece of paper, either draw around it or use your add-a-quarter ruler to draw around and cut that out, and then you've got your template.
Yeah. So these ones in your bundle are, each length is an inch. Each side is an inch along there. So that's in each of your bundles. We're going to have a look at all of those in a minute. The template bundles... give you all those. Next question. Annie says, hello, really enjoying the hour. Can I ask, is Victoria using a single or double thread Eye's not good enough to tell.
No, I'm using a single thread, but some people like to use a double, and it depends on how many stitches you do along the edge. So I don't know which one's going to be easiest to see on, but on here, if I give these a good tug, just so that I'm not sure you'll be able to see the stitches. I'm not sure you can quite.
I think you've done it too
well. But I've done quite a few stitches. But if you prefer to do fewer stitches, you might want to use double thread.
Right.
And it depends what you're going to use it for. If
Yeah.
it's going to be high usage, it's going to be washed absolutely tons, then yes, you might want to use a double thread.
We haven't been able to show everyone's pictures. Thank you so much. We're just talking about eyesight there, and you said eyesight's not quite good enough to see.
I did squint a little, I must say.
I've got something that's very clever. And if you are an English paper piecer, you need this in your life.
Especially if you're doing it late at night. If you are doing it in front of the television, the light's not always natural.
It's not great. Now, this is how it comes. So to give you the out-of-box experience, this is a needle threader. So you just take that out there. Full instructions there, we don't know it. You've got in here also a little bung there, so you can keep needles in there if you want to. Pop that in there. And then just put that there. Now, black is for big needles, and the white is for your fine, for little ones.
Would you like some of that?
Yep. So let's grab some thread. Let's grab a needle. Pick a needle, any needle. Oh, hang on, I could get one out of here. Oh, have you got one?
Yes, I don't mind.
Hang on. There we go. Let's pick one out of there. These are the fine or extra fine. So these are going to be the ones that you would struggle with. So you just drop your needle in the top there. Make sure it's straight. Then you put your thread through there. Now, you don't have to hold on to your thread, but what you then do is push that across. And what you want is to see that. Now, that has just pushed your thread through. Just check. Now, that hasn't gone through. What I want to make sure that I'm doing, and I can always check to see if it's threaded, because, and especially when because you can put multiples through here as well, hang on, it helps if I actually lay it across there. You'll see when the thread goes through, you want to just check that that is, So when the thread goes through, let me just get that thread there. When that goes through, and you'll see the needle spinning, there we go, that's caught the thread there. And then when I pull that through there, pull that through there.
Magic.
And that is it threaded. Now, actually what I've done there is threaded it so that that is now, if you wanted it to be, a double thread. There you go. And that is, I mean, that eye is so tiny.
It was really small.
I mean, I couldn't have chosen a smaller eye if I'd tried.
And it saves your crow's feet.
Absolutely.
Because I was really squinting.
Yes. But that's the thing, isn't it? I couldn't thread that just by eye. And so I did. I purposefully chose the hardest needle there.
Really small.
Yeah, and that does the job. And you can also put different colours through. You can add multiple layers of thread. Ooh. Now, we don't have long, so I need to stop talking. One more question. Hiya, says Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Recently retired and looking forward to trying out projects. Could you mix and use different types of fabric with the Hexies, e.g. cotton and linen?
I guess it depends on the type of linen.
Right.
Ideally, you would stick with cottons. But if the linen has a cottony feel and weight to it, then yes, I think that would be okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, the way to get your Hexie bundle is, your 260 Hexie templates is in the Hexie bundle. That's your way to get it today. Yeah. But you'll get 260 of those. The needles. Now... Okay, check out, sorry, all these messages very, very quickly before we run out of time. Your Hexie bundles, please check those out. We're now running low on stock of those. And the needles, those whizzy needles,
Ching.
Brilliant. Love
They're
those.
really so good.
$4.45, and they are extra fine. Gosh, Victoria, we've run out of time. Thank you so much.
That's
You're going to
all
be
right.
back in an hour.
Yes, I am. Doing something completely different.
time for something completely different. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'll
no
see you in a
problem.
bit.
Cheerio.
Right, let's have a look through these bundles. Now, the botanical one, that's gone well done. Let's have a look at the Tilda ones. So, of course, you get your Hexies. Well over half of this gone. We're down into now single figures. Gosh, really well over half. You're getting 2.5 meters of fabric. There they are. Beautiful. That's your Tilda. And then you get, of course, 260 of your Hexies. There are your Hexies there. Okay, now your other bundle with Tilda in has also got some Amy Butler in, which is rather lovely, and gives you lots of opportunity for fussy cutting with this one. And then you've got a couple of plains in there as well. So that's that bundle. And that's $35.95, LNGC 55. Now, maybe you just want to work with plains and get just rainbow effects. Then you can absolutely do that. So we're down to less than 10 of your opulent rainbow, which is this one. And you are getting a whopping 3 meters of fabric here. Hey, that's a lot of Hexes. $26.45. Because it's not designer fabric, you're just getting a little bit more in there. Now, the last one, very quickly. Gosh, where's that hour gone? We could do Hexies all day. Then this here is your pastel rainbow. All of these are on the website, so you can peruse at your leisure, but don't take too long because they are all getting rather limited. Thank you ever so much, Victoria. Join me in just a moment. We're talking bag accessories after this break.
Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do a ladder stitch. Now this is a great stitch when you want to sew something up and create an invisible stitch. And first of all, I'm just going to use the example of something like a pincushion, but I need to bring these two edges together using the invisible stitch, which is known as the ladder stitch. So first of all, I'm going to take my needle up through the fold. So I'm going to be concealing the knot in the thread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle in through the fold of the fabric and come out. So you can see that I'm on the actual fold there. So obviously there's the raw edges are inside my pincushion. I'm going to take that through. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side and repeat that stitch. So I want to make sure that this is parallel. So I'm going to come in through that fold and come out. So again, I'm making these stitches really big so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see how I'm going across the whole of the fabric. So if I just keep doing a few stitches. So as you can see, we have the ladder stitch there going across the two pieces of fabric. So when I pull my thread, you can see that almost makes those stitches invisible.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99. Britain's favourite sewing show is coming to London and we'll be there with bells on. The Great British Sewing Bee Live is taking place over 4 days from the 21st to the 24th of September at XL London. If you're a hobbyist dressmaker who's been inspired by what you've seen on the Sewing Bee, a seasoned professional looking for new ideas, or just fancy taking dressmaking up for the first time, this is the event for you. We are proudly sponsoring the Demo Theatre with live performances from designer, author and former Sewing Bee contestant Jennifer Taylor throughout the weekend. And with our discount code SQ241, you'll get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So what are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now and join the buzz at the Great British Sewing Bee Live this September.
Hello, welcome back. Now, this hour you've got me, Natasha McCarthy, and we're looking at these bags and all the fixtures and fittings that you need. Yes, you can make your fabric bags and you can make your fabric handles and they can look really lovely. Sometimes we want to step it up and we want to have that bag that looks like it was professionally made, bought from a shop, and just a little fixture or fitting will do that for you. So those little extras, that's what this hour is all about. Now, these bags were incredibly popular when we made those on one of the shows. So we've brought you the fabric bundles back, and then you can choose how you wish to then, whether you want to do a button or whatever you want to do. So let me show you the mustardy one to start off with. So you get your thread, you get your pattern, so you can do your backpack. And then you also get 1/2 metre of your black and white and 1/2 metre. It kind of feels like a linen-y type fabric, that lovely yellow. And that's your musical notes and yellow bag. Now, we're limited on that bundle. Now, just a note, that's not musical notes. What you get in there is a black and white text on there, which has all your different terminology for all of your sewing, which is really lovely. So there we go. There's your still for everything you're getting in that bundle. So like I say, it's not the musical notes now. Now we've put with it all your terminology for your sewing. That's what those words are. And they're really lovely, easy to read in there. Now, over here, we've got the orange version, this lovely rich orange. And this one has violins on it, so it's exactly that one there. So again, you've got the pattern in there, then you've got the violin fabric there, and then you've also got, so 1/2 metre of your violin and 1/2 metre of that gorgeous rich orange. Isn't that fab? $16.95, XEGC00, that's $16.95. 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, your pattern, and your thread, and you can make those. And then it's up to you how you wish to embellish or how you wish to fasten them. There we go. Now you'll also see on beautiful display, which I'm about to destroy, these. And we've got these sorts of things on the show for you today as well. Yay! They're the clutch tops. So I'm going to take these across and this, and I'm going to show you everything else we've got on today's show. Come with me. Now, I'm going to start off straight away with these because this is your Flexi Frame. And so what it does, it's just going to snap. But look at that. It's giving you a lovely, great big opening there so that you can delve in, get everything out that you need. It's £8.50. Now, the way that these go together, there's a pin that drops in the edge there. So you can then actually take that out and use them on multi-bags. So you can take that out and then put it into the channel of another bag. Now, this was demoed on the 11th of the 7th, the 11th of July. And that was with Amanda Wyatt. She made these bags. Producer Hannah having a little bit of trouble hearing you. So if you want to see how these were inserted and how to actually make the channel and how to make these bags actually, then that was the 11th of July. You can check out that. And you just have to go to YouTube, put in Sewing Quarter, 11th of July, and that will then come up. And then you can fast forward and rewind and get to the bit that you need to watch. There you go. These are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So these are £8.50, and that's a big, big frame. It comes to you, oh, there you go, like that. Just like that. Just like that. Now, it does give you instructions as to how to insert it, and it gives you a bag option. So if this is, the first time these were on, they sold out very, very quickly. So whether you're making a makeup bag, so it gives you very clear, have a little sew, And then how to, oh, it even shows you how to box off the corners. Nice. And then that shows you how to then pop that through. When they come to you, they look like this. And like I say, you can take these out and use them in multiple bags, but that's the working of it. And that will then just sit within a channel. Already lots of you popping this in your basket. Remember, you can check out multiple times throughout the day. We only charge you one. Ouch, P&P. Don't do that. And the way that they open, now I wonder if I can, here we go. There's a pin on the edge there, and you just pull that out. And that then pulls apart. You then pop that through your channel, and then that's why you can use them again. And then you just pop those there, and then just put that back through there. Oh, in it will go. There you go. Helps if you're not doing it back to front and upside down. And there, it just pops through there, and off you go. So that's how you pop those in, and so you can then use them on multiple bags, like we say. But there they are, and that's the finished effect, should you wish. Lots of you with these in your baskets, please check out £8.50 JCPH 65. There they are. Wonderful. Now, lots of you multi-buying, I'm not surprised. I don't blame you. It's a great size. This can be a makeup bag. This could be a clutch bag. This could be a clutch evening bag, couldn't it? Just the right size for that sort of thing. Maybe you want to make a man's makeup bag, a man's toiletry bag. Well, they might wear makeup. How very modern of them. And then maybe you want to odor coat it so that it's then waterproofed if you're making makeup bags and things like that. Now, this is another favourite. Look at this one. Oh, there's a little snap. Oh, this idly-biddly one. Oh, I forgot we had the little idly-biddly one. If you want to do, maybe you want to do a matching glasses case or a coin purse, then we've got a little one there as well for you. Now, do you know what I do with these? Well, I have one. I didn't actually make it, but if I hadn't have found one to buy, I would have made one. And that is, if you need to do work receipts or anything like that, fuel receipts, make a little snap one, and then I just keep it under the sun visor of the car and just tuck it up there. And then I can put all my receipts in there, and it's safe. Just an idea. Otherwise, that's the perfect size for your sunglasses. £2.45? Yes, please. Tiddly tiny. £2.45. There it is. So you've got your 30 centimetre one there, or your 8.5 centimetre one there. 30 centimetre, 2.5. There it is. So they were your details, and then the graphics for this just coming. Details for that coming up on your screen as we speak. £8.50 for that. There you go. Details there. Now, can I look at this now? So, I just love this. I think it's uber cute. Because it's got little red dotty bits. So this is really fun. So this is your brass clasp. Just lots of fun. It doesn't, I don't know why it doesn't say that it's got red knobbly bits, probably because it needs a, but this is how it comes to you. And the thing about this is that you can do a decorative stitch. So you can decorative stitch it on around there. Or yesterday we had, we gave you some fabric glue on one of the shows and said that actually if you're using some of these, if you want to reinforce with a fabric glue, then you can, but you tuck it up into that channel there and then sew it, stitch it in place there. You can see on this one here, can you see we've used a red decorative stitch along there, so it becomes a feature of the bag. It's lovely, isn't it? And that's the same on both sides. So whether you want the bow or you don't want the bow, It's vintage, it's cute. Yeah, you see, you need this, don't you? If you, one of my neighbours, she wears these really cute little 50s skirts, you know, where you can put all the petticoats on underneath. She always looks really vintage and gorgeous and yummy. Perfect, perfect. Comes with full instructions, so you don't have to worry about that. It's all there. Let's have a look. Maybe you want to do a Christmas present for someone, fill it with something, nice treats. There we go. Now, we've done these on the shows before. People multi-bind these again as well. Gives you the instructions, full instructions, and how you can cut your pattern as well. So if you're in any way worried, it gives you that as to how you can cut your pattern. There you go. Okay, so that comes with that. And in fact, hang on, let me just check one thing. I think that actually, yes, that is actual size. So you can use this as part of your pattern. Look, that is actual size. So you can get your placements from that. Ah, they've thought it all through. Yes. Love that. Right. Now, did you want to look at the other clasp? Let's go other clasp. I do love... Oh, I've never seen it with the handly bit on. I didn't know it came with the handle. That's lovely. Look at that. Oh, that's very gorgeous. I do like that. I'd only ever seen it without that, so you had to add your own. This one comes actually with a handle on it. Oh, that's lovely. So, again, stitch it in. Look, you've got those holes to stitch it in. Can you see there's like a heart design on there? Can we? I don't know how much closer we can come in on that. But there is a lovely design on there. Producer Hannah said, oh, there's that new drama, isn't there, about Queen Victoria now, about her and Albert fall in love. She could see her with little bags like this. I think that's been on before. Is there a new one? Oh, Producer Hannah finds him quite handsome, even though she says he's a bit weird looking. There we go. We can't verify whether or not Queen Victoria had little bags like this, but in Producer Hannah's mind, that was a thing. That happened. Yeah, why not? As far as I'm concerned, that's going to make a lovely evening clutch. Obviously, like with the material. It's my invisible bag. Do you like it? Oh, it's all gone a bit silly, hasn't it, this morning? Okay, here we go. Again, full instructions and your template on here. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Absolutely loving this. Yeah, I think it was the Queen Victoria story that did it. £9.50. Is this the first time this one's been on air? I haven't seen this one before with the actual handle. Have they seen it before? I've seen the one without the handle, but I haven't seen it with the handle. I'm loving it with the handle. It's just right. Just right. Now. Oh, apparently Amy had it the other week. I haven't seen Amy for ages. Hello, Amy, if you're watching. Come on in. Right, now. Oh, Derek had it. Director Tim? How can you get Derek and Amy confused? Oh, they both had it. It wasn't an either-or situation. Awkward. Right. Now, these are a snazzy piece of kit, and if you're buying the bundles to make the rucksack, you might want a firmer bottom, ladies and gentlemen. We all want a firmer bottom. Now you can get it without going to the gym. This one here is your Shape and Create. Nancy Simon, who does a lot with Clover, and if we look on the back, it gives you the how to use in multiple languages. They're all the same. It's just stick on this one because this is the English one. Unless you want to see it in Spanish and German and French, then by all means. But this is the English one here, and it shows you how to cut them. You can just cut them with your scissors, and if that is too narrow, because you get two pieces in here, if that's too narrow for your bag, because you know sometimes you want a more round bottom, like in the backpack here. A nice rounded bottom there. Nobody wants a flat bottom. Nobody wants that. Then, really, really easy, sew two together. Doesn't affect your machine. It's this is created so that it doesn't blunt your scissors, and also you can sew it. So you can see, I don't know how close you can see, but that has just been machine stitched. So it's got more structure than interfacing, but it's going to give you a nice base to work on with your bags. Again, it's that next step up, isn't it? It's that next bit that's going to give you. Now, it might be that you want to then do two of those together and get extra structure. Entirely up to you. You get two, they are that size, and you get two sheets of that for $8.85. BMGQ 65. Oh yeah, you can do what that long bag there on the curve like that. Oh, do you know what? I had a brown leather bag like that and I absolutely loved it. And then when I was teaching, one of my marker pens bled through and ruined it. I was gutted. Anyway, I need to make another one. Clearly, now I have the tools. Now, that is your white one, but if you're working with a darker fabric, maybe you want to go for a darker one. Again, $8.85. Again, works in exactly the same way. There it is. It's a bit difficult to see against the top. There you go, pop it there. So it's not going to damage your machine, it's not going to damage your scissors. Cut it, stitch it, use it, and get that brilliant effect. And that's $8.85 again. So, oh yeah, don't use your best dressmaking one. Get your kitchen scissors out. But it's really easy to cut through, really easy. Just before, you know, everybody shouts at me because they're blunted their scissors. No, it's okay. And then, you see, you can get a nice firm base, like that. And that's it in there. Woo! Fab. There we go. Lovely. Hooray! Now, what do we want to go to next? Let's have a look at, what would you like there, Producer Hannah? Oh, whatever I wish. Fabulous. I'm going straps. Yeah, it's a great way, isn't it, to just suddenly make a bag look like it was professionally bought and made, is to add on really smart straps. Now, these have got a wooden base to them, and then it's like bootlaces, but it's like coated bootlaces, plaited is the best way that I can describe that. It's cold Nicole, and it's grey. But you see, imagine that on a bag like that. La, 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 la. Very smart. And there they are. DFHN01. We've had these in various colours. They've always been very popular. And then they are, just adding that little professional touch and that professional finish. They're really soft as well, so they're not going to dig into your arms, but they're super strong because of how they're plaited. There we go. This is how it comes to you. There you go. Just take out the packet and off you go. $15.95 for that. Now, maybe you want it in a more neutral colour. Then here we go. We've got them. Are they going to just call this beige? I don't know. Yes, beige. There you go. I like to think of it more as a sandy colour. But I like it with the wood, actually. And so this is going to go, it's that natural colour, isn't it? Oh, you're so right. Producer Hannah says that colour would work so well. In fact, both of them would work so well with the Dashwood fabric we had at 8 o'clock. Good thinking, Producer Hannah. Got slightly shows were planned. Yeah, $15.95. And they were very well by our ladies in the office. Thank you very much. $15.95. Quick word on my Flexi Frame. What do I need to say about that? loads in baskets. Please check out your baskets because otherwise you are in danger of missing out. Okay, so this is your 30 centimetre flexi frame so that you can be making such bags as this. Flexi, flexi, yeah. Gives you that professional finish. So when you give this as a gift, you'll go, well, how did you make that? Well, I had my flexi frame, didn't I? Yes. So grab your flexi frame. It's £8.50, 30 centimetres long, full instructions. Do I know what they are? How deep the actual frame is? It's 34 centimetres. Would you want to know how wide that is? Oh, Angela's asked. Bear with me, Angela. Bear with me. Have you already made the channel? Is that it? Is that the thing? It is half an inch. Half an inch, which is, well, just under 1.5 centimetres. So there you go. Half an inch there. There you go. Is it the same on the other? Oh, I don't know. Hang on. Let me check on the other. Oh, hang on. That I didn't put that pin in properly. Let me pop that pin in. Yeah, you see, if you don't put the pin in properly all the way, then there it is. And that's how you can use them in other ones, because you just take that pin out. But once it's in, it's really secure. But that's the pin that you just take in and out, so you can then just slide it through the channels that you've made. Really easy. Right, so that's that one. Let me have a look at the little one. Did Angela want the measurements of this one as well? It's 8.5 centimetres long. Yeah, half an inch wide again. Yeah. Perfect. Nice. It's a little idly bitty one. There it is. And now this is £2.45, I believe. Very, very popular. Great for your glasses, cases, things like that. Coin purse. In German, it is a Schnapsverschluss. Sorry for German. Was never my forte. Oh, gosh. Oh, a lot of you multi-buying. Are you making Christmas presents? What are you making? Yeah, message us in. Let us know what you're making with them. Because we've come up with sort of coin purses. Oh, yeah, we're perfect with your English paper piecing. Store for Christmas fairs, little bags and things like that. Coin purses, English paper pieced. Beautiful. Get in touch, let us know what you're making. Because this channel is all about inspiring, isn't it? And so if you've thought of something that we haven't suggested, but you might inspire somebody else to make something, then let us know if you've had a brilliant idea. Excellent. It's not like exams where you have to keep it to yourself. Great idea. Lovely. Okay. Oh, yeah, stocking filler as well. So you can either make the gift or give it to someone to make the gift for you. Now, these straps have been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Sometimes you don't want to make the straps yourself. This has worked really well. You know the linen effect fabrics that we've had lots of nautical ones. This red works beautifully with it. Now you're getting, I want to say 2.5 metres. Am I lying? No, 3 metres. 3 metres there for £5.95. That's your red cotton bag strap, and it's all woven. It's super strong, sort of webbing type fab. Do you know what? Even just if you just have it in your stash, and then when you need to use it, you are good to go. Please don't make me say that in German as well. They upstairs are trying to make me talk German. I can't do it. Okay, this is the pink one. There we go. So 3 metres of your pink. It's going to look lovely with greys and things like that, isn't it? Oh, the fabric from the first hour, the pink. Yeah, why not? Why not? £5.95 for your prim pink. Ooh, or that Tilda fabric we had on last hour. Oh, yeah, from the Harvest collection. That would look gorgeous. Because it's got that bright pink in there, hasn't it? How very lovely. Now, maybe you want to go boys bag, or You just want a darker one. Then this is your navy. A gentleman's bag. Because that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes we want to make something for our other halves. And, you know, it's good to have all these options. Or maybe you've just got a fabulous fabric that's got a navy high-like in it. $5.95, laptop bag for them, something like that. Rucksack, sports bag, something for the gym. GRPH81. Both my producer and director went, who's Jim? Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, ladies and gents. Oh, producer Hannah's just started going to the gym, haven't you, producer Hannah? You've just started going to the gym again, haven't you? Yeah! She's a little gym bunny. There we go. $5.95 for your blacks cotton strap. Actually, you've got lots of new hobbies, haven't you? What was the one that you started last night? Screen printing. Screen printing, yeah. We're going to have you on here demoing stuff, let alone producing. This is your prim black cotton bag strap, and it's $5.95. So you too can make your gym bag. Or not. Laptop bag. Or not. Rucksack. Rucksack for the grandkids. Freddie's rucksack is nearly as big as he is. Should have thought about that. Do you want to talk about these? Yeah. Oh, these are going so fast. These are the stars of the show today. With good reason, they're uber cute. They've got in the... There we go. In the instructions, it's got like a to size scale drawing, because it gives you instructions on the other side as to how to make your pattern so that you can make such a bag as that. Lovely. And so you've got that with the instructions on the back there. But look, it's just retro and uber cute. Yeah. And then you see you sew it in. For example, there. Yeah. So that's your stitching in there. $4.95. What I would say is, if you have this in your basket, please check out. Please don't miss out, okay? Don't miss out on that, because that would be fab. So check out your baskets, make sure you're not missing out. $4.95. Okay, let's have a look at the other option, which producer Hannah likes to call the Queen Victoria bag. Queen Victoria bag, here it is, AKA, what are we also calling it? What's its proper name? Oh, there we go. Not wedding band. Antique brass colour bag fastening. Oh, that one. But yeah, no, do make up other names, producer Hannah. She'd also like to call it a wedding clasp. Yeah. Any other names for it, producer Hannah? Oh. A Mr. Darcy bag. Did he? He didn't have a bag like this. Elizabeth Bennet might have, as she went visiting Mr. Darcy. Who knows? Oh, it's all about history today, isn't it? There we go. There is your... Hey, you just work your way through history, producer Hannah. It's absolutely fine. But this goes to show. Or, you know, a 2007 bag. Entirely up to you. £9.50 for your antique brass colour. Is it because it says antique in the name? No, she's just transported. It inspires you. Do you know what I really like? Oh, Mr. Darcy walking along the lake with a... I think, you know, if you saw Mr. Darcy walking along the lake with his wet shirt, this would be the last thing. You'd drop your bag and run, wouldn't you? Towards or away, depends. He didn't have a bag, Director Tim. This is in this is in producer Hannah's head. Just we're getting a big insight here into how producer Hannah thinks. Worrying. £9.50. Fab. Okay, now other fixtures and fittings, little bits and bobs that are really useful to have. Oh, and also we used these the other day, the D-rings. We used these on a chef's apron. Yes, we did. That was on the 14th of August with Paul Clark. First time that we had a male guest on the show. $2.95. We do like a male guest. There it is. $2.95. MSPH 65. He hasn't been back, has he? Did we scare him? Is he coming back? Oh, he has been back, just not with me. Oh, did I scare him? Oh, $2.95 for your 4-piece D-ring set. MSPH 65. I bet he's going to be at the Great British Sewing Bee Live. Are you coming? I'm there. This is your silver. So it depends what sort of fastenings you want. Silver colour, not like, you know. And that's your 30mm across there. $2.95 for that. 4 of those. Lovely. Now, let's have a look. Oh, now, if you're getting the webbing, you might want to get this. Because, you know, it does that. Don't ask me how. Let me just check, actually, that is the right, yeah, it is the right size. That's lucky, isn't it? I would hate for you to have bought the webbing and it not have been the right size. There you go. That's your adjustable buckle. $150. There we go. Let's talk about clasps, shall we? I've got a brass colour and a gold colour. Let's go brass colour. Now, these are your magnetic clasps, and they are super strong, actually. These are $4.45. The code for this, just here, PQPH 53, and it's there as well. There you go. Can't miss it. It's everywhere. But these are really super strong, and it's one of those things you will want to reinforce your fabric with a stabilizer or something, or if you've got a little bit left over of that, then use that to reinforce because they are super strong. Instructions on the back as to how to put them on. Super simple, super easy. That's your brass magnetic snap. In fact, we put one on with Jennifer Taylor 2 weeks ago. And then there's your... We didn't put it on Jennifer Taylor. We put it... We haven't just, like, strung her up by magnets. It's fine. We let her go home. We don't just stuff her in a cupboard. This is your gold magnetic coloured snap. $4.45. It's not that strong, but, you know, we don't release guests with them. It's all fine. Now, let's go and have a look at these bundles, because a lot of you are after this type of bag. Let's go over here. Now, this is the backpack that so many of you loved when we brought it to air, so we brought it back. Now, the orange is exactly the same. So you've got the violin, you've got 1/2 metre of the violin, 1/2 metre of your orange, which is a nice heavyweight, that orange. And you get the pattern and your thread, all for $16.95, XEGC00. Single figures now for this bundle. Please check out your baskets, and we still have lots of you with it sitting in your baskets. So that's not it allocated in baskets, that's single figures of it left. So if you've got it in your basket, please check out. Just be very aware of that. Now, if you want the mustardy colour one, it doesn't have the notes. What we've given you instead this time are all the sewing terminology. I love the script one. There it is. I don't know how close we can get to see it. So that's $17.95. There's your sewing terminology in there, so it can be read. Design, drape, hemmed, sewing, buttons, needle, fabric, embroidery, ribbon, thimble, scissors. Well, we've got 3 of these left, is that all? And then you get your thread as well. Good job. Now, if you want a firm, stable bottom, like we've got in these, we use this in it. And what this is a super strong interfacing, basically. It's a plastic. You can cut it, you can sew it, as demonstrated here. So if you need it wider, it's not going to damage your machine. Look, it says on the back that you can sew it. It does have bend to it, so if you want it even firmer than that, just double up. And you see what we've done there is we've sewn along because it wasn't quite wide enough. So normal stitching, normal foot, normal everything on your machine. And there you can see that just stitched on there. So just treat it like you would a fabric. Maybe don't use your best fabric scissors on there. But you're okay to stitch it as you would normally. That's $8.85. You get 2 sheets of those in there and instructions. Orange violin bundle down to 4. Please check out your baskets. That's 4 remaining. That's if you've got it in your basket, that is one of the 4 that is remaining. Please check out your baskets. Do not miss out. Don't miss out. Look, it's really cute. We love that. That is a pattern that you are going to use time and time again. And I love that it's got the double straps as well. Do you want to see the other options? So the other options, they do look like elephants. That's what I see. Does anybody else see elephants there? No? Okay, just me. So you can have drawstring with a pocket there, without a pocket, with a lid over the top, or not. And if you want to do tilly tiny ones, you could have matching mother-daughter ones. I don't have a daughter, but I could. Not have a daughter, but I could make a small one. I think Freddie would like one. Probably. Backpacks are the best. Although I have to say, he does insist on putting his backpack on to leave the house and walk the 10 yards to the car, and then we have to try and wrestle the backpack off him to then get him in the car. Love them. Love a backpack. But great if you're cycling anywhere. Hannah would know that. She's cycled all over the place. All over the world, in fact. $16.95 for your violin and orange bundle. Yeah, well, you should, like... Now, producer Hannah's talking about her cycling escapades. Do you cycle into work in the mornings? You don't, do you? No. No, I wouldn't cycle in Birmingham either. It's all a bit too scary. No, she goes to more exotic places like Cuba to cycle instead. Oh, the stabiliser, yep. Oh, do you want to see it in the black? Come and see it in the black as well. So if you're working with a dark fabric, then you might want to work with it in black. There it is. So it's up to you. If you're working in a lighter fabric, then go with the white one. If you're working in a dark fabric, then maybe you want to go with that one. $8.85. Now, we had lots of you asking about the fabric from the first hour. In terms of the bag handles, what colour's going to go with what? Oh, here we go. Here are some. So, are we looking at actual bag handles to go with this? La, 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 la. Ooh. You could do the birds as a clutch with the red. That would be nice. I like that. I do like that. Yes. So this fabric was in our first hour. This is from Dashwood. It's new to us today. It's from the Altitude Collection. And this is your bluebirds. They're not blue. It's blue and it's birds. They're not bluebirds, if you see what I mean. You know what I mean. But that would work a treat. There you go. You could go with your navy strap. That would work. We'll grab the accessories later, but they're all on the website. I think the red would work with that navy. Yeah, you know, just saying. Just saying. Now, if you went for the mountain fabric, what do you think? What do you think? Does that work? There we go. Yeah. That would work, wouldn't it? In fact, So we'll give you the handle detail. Do you know what? Actually, it looks rather lovely with the blue as well. All these fabrics were from the first hour. So if you go on the website and if you're viewing live, go to watch, and underneath all of these will be on there. So the bluebird fabric down the bottom there, £6.50 per half a metre. If you want it with the outline, and that's in yellow, then that's £6.50 details down the bottom there for you. And the handles there. $15.95 for those. And then, if you wanted it with your triangles on white, why not? It's good with that too. Yeah, it does bring those natural colours through. Do you think the grey would work with that, Suzanne? I'm not sure about the grey. Oh, actually, no, you're right. I didn't expect that to work, but it brings out, because that's got a blue base to it, it brings out the, oh, nice. Yeah, I think I'd still probably go natural colours, but there's the grey. $15.95. Do you think the grey would work with the blue? That would work with that as well. It's amazing, isn't it, how it just changes? Just changes the feel of fabric by putting different handles with it. Oh, Sharon would like to see some of the others. I can see them. A lot of them are there, aren't they? Are they? What are those ones by you, cameraman Mike? No? No, no, over a bit, in front of you. Not the pink or the black, the other ones. Yeah, those ones. Maybe, he says. Let's have a look. Can you hold one up? Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. Amy's on her way with some others. Oh, here we go. Thank you, my love. Now, ooh. I would go, oh yeah, now you see, if we were going to do pink, I'd go navy and pink. I'd maybe go with the birds in the pink. I like that. But, so let's have a look. You've got pink handles and your bluebirds. And then, because we've had lots of people asking about these, can we just show? Absolutely fine, no problem about that. What about with your navy? If I just put those there. So that's your navy trees there. If you wanted the pink handle or the navy handle, works. Works a treat, doesn't it? Pink works, navy works. These are all now on the website, so you can choose. Yeah, I think red could work. Depends what feel you're after. I'm a pinky pink person. I like the pink, but the red's really quite striking. Now, if you wanted, oh, hey, if you wanted, look at the natural ones with it. That's nice. I do like that. Now, these are $15.95. Yeah, I like those with it as well. Do you like it, Producer Hannah? We've gone through all of those colours. Work the pink, the navy, and the red. They've all worked. And then we've got that one. That's worked. And this is your navy trees. Yeah. Now, ooh, if we're sticking with these handles, mountains. I like that. But you've got the gold. That's your mountain fabric down the bottom there. There are your handles there. But what about that? How pretty would that be? So yeah, you could then pick out the mountains in metallic thread. That's lovely. £9.50 gets you that. £6.50 gets you half a metre of that. Oh, yeah. Or free, yeah, you could free motion embroider. But then what about, producer Hannah, if you get the outline in teal? Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Look at that. Teal outline fabric. Let's just get the others out of the way so that you can really appreciate it. Unadulterated. That's gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Doesn't that just bring that fabric to life? Ooh. You'd love that fabric and what? In a clutch bag with a snap fastening. What if you did a... What if you did it like that? What if you did like a two-tone one? What do you think? Yeah. You could two-tone it. Yeah. Producer Hannah's just gone her own sweet way with metallic thread. In her head, that's what's happening. Now, those would work as well, of course. Yeah, they'd look really nice with it as well. The natural ones, the $15.95 ones. Yeah, they'd look lovely. So let's get you these details for these fabrics. They're gorgeous fabrics, aren't they? Because if you missed 8 o'clock, where were you? We had lots of fun. Brand new today, Dashwood Altitude Fabrics. So this is your mountains. This is kind of like your main fabric from the collection, and everything else sort of spirals out from this one. So that's your $6.50. Then your outline in teal is this one, and that's $6.50 as well. Now maybe you want to flexi frame it. You could do that. You could do that. Then you could grab your flexi frame, and you could get, oh yeah, you could make such a lovely bag out of that. Whether it's going to be an evening one, whether you want to do a contrast one, that's your flexi frame. Whee! This is your larger one. This is 30 centimetres, and like I say, the pin just comes out the end. And then you just make a channel in your bag, pull the pin out. That then comes apart, and you slide them in. And then you line them up and drop your pin back in. But you've just got to line them up properly. Which just takes a moment to do. There you go. We'll do that in a minute. Take your time with that. So, £8.50 gets you your flexi frame there. Now we've got a little one as well. Did we show you the little one? The little one is so popular today. Really popular. Did we get anyone messaging us of what they were going to do with it? No. Oh, yeah. Dolly says... Oh, she's going to make coin purses for the car. Oh, with the names on for her daughters. Is that a competition winner, Dolly? Different Dolly? Ah, fabulous. Oh, nice. I like that. Whoa, over 20 of you with that in your baskets now. So please do check out your baskets. Don't miss out on that. Gosh. Okay, now then. What a lot here. What do we want to look at next? Oh, the bundles. Come on, look. Okay. Oh, now hang on. We were getting really low on these. So, orange. The orange violin. Well, the violins with... There you go. $16.95 for your violin and orange. 2 left. And lots of you have it in your baskets. Please check out your baskets if you want to be one of those 2 people that can get that bundle. Because, you know, we've only got 2 left. Check out your baskets. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day. Our P&P is added at midnight. So we tot up everything that you spent throughout the day, checking out your basket whenever, because sometimes there's a rush on fabric or there's a rush on something, and you just want to check out your basket, make sure that you've got it, you've absolutely secured it. Like maybe you haven't finished your shopping today, but you're one of the people that wants to get one of the last 2 of those. Check out your basket now. You can come back and shop later. Your P&P charge is applied at midnight, and it's just one payment of $2.95. That's it. So you don't have to pay P&P every time you check out or anything like that. It's just one payment per day, which I think is excellent. Now, if you would like the yellow, I think it's a mustardy colour, this. It's nice. Very nice. I bet that's your kind of colour, isn't it, Producer Hannah? I could see you cycling along somewhere with a backpack like that. And this one is $17.95. With your thread, with everything else in it. How many of these left? $17.95, BMGC 55. Do we know how many are left? 3 left. 3 left, but 4 of you have it in your basket. So, yeah, one of you is going to miss out. Check out your baskets now, please. Don't let it be you that misses out. Check out, check out. Get it. Lovely. This is what you'll be making. That sort of thing. Your take on. Good, aren't they? I really like those. Hey, right, let's go back and have a look over here. Oh, the magic cleaning pixies have been in. Fabulous. It's all clean again. Right, where do you want to start? Have the stabilizer. Oh, yeah, because if you're making the bags, you might want to have a stable bottom, in which case, grab yourself your shape and create. You can cut this with your scissors. You can sew it without damaging your sewing needle. As shown there. There we go. So that's all been stitched. Just cut out with scissors. Don't use your best dressmaking, obviously, but just cut out with your scissors. And then if you need to make it wide, this is only if you need to make it wider that you need to stitch it, okay? So if you just wanted that wider bottom, because you see that wouldn't have done it, it was just a little bit off. So we just put 2 bits together. Or if you're just using up scraps and you want to make the most of every single bit of it, then use that. We've also got it in black, so if you're working in a darker fabric, go for the black one. Again, it's $8.85, no different in price, just the fact that it's darker. There you go. It's as simple as that. Easy peasy. Hey, if you've got any leftover scraps of this, or actually the white one, you know we were saying that you could make templates for your English paper piecing. Why not use any scraps that you've got left over? $8.55 for this. FAGQ 72. I bet you could even use, if you're using a scrap of the white, I bet you could fussy cut as well. Let's have a look. So if you do have any scraps left over, yeah, you could, look, you could fussy cut. You can see through that. So you know we had the clover templates from the last hour, and we said if you wanted to make a larger template, you could use that. Good stuff. $8.85 for that. They're both the same for the white, $8.85, all on the website. Right. White's going across the bottom any second. Oh, there is. Now, 3 minutes left. What do we want to see in the last 3 minutes? Most popular things have been this hour. These. Oh, the flexi frames and the purse tops. Let's go with the Victorian one to start off with. Producer Hannah thinks that this is a Victorian E-type one. I think that this looks beautiful with the fabric that we had from the earlier hour. I could just see that. That, to me, just gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So £9.50 for your flexi frame. And look, for your frame, and it comes with a little handle there as well. I like the... and then you sew it on. It's a sew-in one. But it also has kind of a... Is it a heart on this one? No, this one's got a sort of a flowery, engraved, embossed type of affair on there. Oh, no, it does have a heart in the middle there. There you go. Just a really pretty frame. Full instructions, and off you go. If you want the red one, and I think this would look nice with the bluebirds from earlier, then, whoop, there you go. It is cute, isn't it? I like the navy and the red. Then there they are. So, $4.95, sorry, for that clasp, and again, sew it in. And then if you want to grab this fabric here, it's £6.50 per half a metre. You don't need half a metre for that. You'd have loads left over as well. Fab. Someone's asked about the stabiliser. Right. Does this fray when it's cut with... Okay. Which one? Is it this? Let's have a look. Does it fray when it's cut? Here you go. That's been cut. As anything will fray, but that has a fibrous end. But you could always get some fray check. That would stop that. We've got that on the website. There you go. Now, thank you ever so much for joining me. Next hour, I don't know if you've been noticing, we've got a lovely bed runner that's been hanging up in the studio all morning. It's not there by chance. It's there because that clever lady, Victoria Peat, in a fabulous top, made it for us, and she's going to show us after the break how to make that. So don't go anywhere. Well, grab a quick cup of tea and then join us after the break. We're going to be showing you how to do bed and table runners. No trainers needed. See you in a minute.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Britain's favourite sewing show is coming to London and we'll be there with bells on. The Great British Sewing Bee Live is taking place over 4 days from the 21st to the 24th of September at XL London. If you're a hobbyist dressmaker who's been inspired by what you've seen on the Sewing Bee, a seasoned professional looking for new ideas, or just fancy taking dressmaking up for the first time, this is the event for you. We are proudly sponsoring the Demo Theatre with live performances from designer, author and former Sewing Bee contestant Jennifer Taylor throughout the weekend. And with our discount code SQ241, you'll get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So what are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now and join the buzz at the Great British Sewing Bee Live this September. Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us. The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com. When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
What do you get when you cross a quilting genius with a superb Swiss-designed quilting machine? Tune in on Sunday the 17th of September and you'll find out. Over 2 shows, Joy will demonstrate a wide range of quilting techniques and sewing secrets. She'll start with a machine quilting masterclass in which she'll explore all the fantastic features of the Elna 730X quilting machine. Then she'll go on to make a traditional quilt block featuring sashing and cornerstones using some fabulous textured solids. Whether you're a seasoned quilter or just starting out, these shows are bound to help you improve your skills, gain new ideas and expand your fabric stash. So don't miss Joy's quilting tips and tricks on Sunday the 17th of September at 8 AM and 10 AM only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.
welcome back. Now, runners. I'm not talking Great North runners or anything like that. I'm talking table runners and bed runners and things that you don't need trainers for. And we've got a whopping bundle for you today. 6.5 meters in this bundle, each of the bundles, plus a book all about table runners and bed runners. Here they are. It's one of those things, isn't it? It just adds that little extra something. For me, actually, it's where the cat sleeps, if I'm honest. It saves my bed from getting cat fur on. I may as well call it a cat runner, as they are in our house. Yeah, I know, it's true, cat runner. But you might have other purposes for them. But they just add that splash of colour, and you're getting all of these in the book for you to pick and choose whichever one you wish. Yeah, all of those. Fab. So the books come with the bundle. For me, that means it's a never-ending bundle. Now, you get a metre in this one. This is your pink bundle of your butterflies. There you go, a metre of that. You get, I believe it's a ½ metre of the spot-on in the lighter pink. But then you've also got, it all totals up to 6.5 meters. And then a metre of your pink, 2.5 meters of that deeper pink for the spot on. Is that the raspberry one? I believe it is. Yeah. And then you get, is it 1.5 meters, I think, of the white? Yeah. So $69.95, but one way or another, all of that fabric adds up to 6.5 meters of fabric for $69.95 plus your book, and you're good to go. Yay! There's lots in there, isn't there? Brilliant. Absolutely fabulous. What a big bundle that is. Now, maybe you love that, but you want it in your monochrome. We're going to be making it out of this. Isn't that fab? So 1 meter of your butterflies. Then you get a ½ meter of your spot on. Is it 1 meter of the black, Producer Hannah? I can't remember. And 1 meter of the black, and then 2.5 meters of your spot on in silver, and then 1.5 meters of your white and your runners. There you go, you get your book in there as well. And then the last one that we've got, oh, hello. Anna Maria Horner. Oh, Victoria Peat's just gone, oh, that's so pretty. We are limited on this because you ravaged our supplies of Anna Maria Horner. There's no other way to put it. It was, yeah. 1 meter of social climber. I love her. It's a brilliant name, isn't it? And I love with her interview with John, he went, why is it called that? And she went, well, I just know people. I have been absolute stitches. Brilliant. And then you get a ½ meter of your yellow. Maize. Vintage blue, 1 meter of that. 2.5 meters of your dark teal spot on. And 1.5 meters of your teal. What a glorious selection that is. Now, very, very limited, just because we don't have very much of that Anna Maria Horner fabric left. Victoria, you can't have all of them. You cannot have all of them. I know. Now, before we start, we have something to mention, because lots of you from your
previous Hexie show
were loving these.
That's because they're brilliant. Which sounds like a total sales pitch, but I really love my 1/4 ruler. When I first got it, I couldn't believe what a difference it made.
No, but it's good. It's when, and I love it when designers go, well, actually, this was something that actually made a real difference for me.
Yeah.
We have a limited number of the double packs, the duo packs, which we didn't show you earlier because we didn't know how much you were going to love them. But it seems only rude not to.
Doesn't it?
So in this one, you get both sizes. So a 6-inch and a 12-inch. Why do I need both?
Well, sometimes when you're working on a really small project, a larger ruler is a bit unwieldy, so it's nice to have a little ruler. rather than big ones all the time. In the same way that you have larger standard rotary cutters and smaller ones.
Yeah.
Rulers, not cutters. But it's just different tools for different projects. So this is good for larger projects.
So then sometimes that 6 inches, you need more, go for the 12.
Yep.
And you get both, $24.95. But look, they've both got that gullet, what do we call it? Lip. And so then you butt your paper or your card or your template up to that, and then that is 1/4 of an inch. Hence the add a quarter name.
Such a simple idea.
And yet, but they are though, aren't they?
But it works and it makes such a difference. It increases your accuracy
tremendously.
Yeah.
So you use this in the English paper piecing?
Yeah, I'll use it in English paper piecing. It's good for going around templates and adding 1/4 of an inch to any templates that you have. But I use mine a lot in foundation paper piecing, so that when you flip back the fabrics and you trim them before you move on, and it's just exact every time. Because when you're foundation paper piecing, you end up with seam upon seam, and it can end up a bit bulky. And if you're using a standard ruler, it tends to slip around a lot. Right. Whereas having that lip allows it to sit over.
As it butts up against it.
Yeah.
Nice. $24.95. Wasn't meant to be on the show. It was just here
Snuck in.
due to popular demand. As easy as that, really.
Easy as
now,
a cat runner.
Grab an end. This is what I lovingly call a cat runner. It's not. It's a table runner, bed runner, whatever you like to call it. In our house, it's a cat runner.
I put a bed runner on my bed. Keeps your toes warm. Looks nice.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And this is out of the pink bundle. And you had loads of fabric left over.
Yes, loads of the pink, loads of the spot left over, and then plenty of, let me waft it.
Well, yeah, because if you think, you've got extra fabric on the end, but then it's wider, so you get a great long length of it, don't you, left over?
Yeah, because this is just over half the width of the meterage.
Yes.
So you've got a big long strip that goes all the way along the top,
Right.
which means that actually the way that we've organised this bundle is so that you use the darker solid to do the binding, but actually there's enough of the spot that you could use that for the binding instead.
Could you do a couple of cushions as well for the bed?
You could piece together some cushions. Nice. You couldn't do... There's instructions in the book to make a pillow sham, and there's not enough to do the pillow sham.
Right.
But you could... There's certainly absolutely plenty to create cushions
I've
to
learned
match.
new words. I didn't know what a pillow sham was this morning. I was like, a pillow...
Fancy pillow.
We discovered it was actually just a fancy pillow.
But this is my stack of fabric left over from that bundle.
Oh, fab.
And some of the white I've used for the demonstration here. Have a look at that one.
Do you know what? Let's
You can see
let's
what
show
I mean.
you. Yeah, because I'm not sure that we explained that brilliantly. But look, this is what you get left over of your pink spot. Do you see what I mean? That's just one of the fabrics left over.
So this is the length of the 2.5 metres, and then that's the rectangle I've cut out.
So the 2.5 metres, yeah, that's what you'd have left over.
So that's absolutely tons to do something else.
So that's one of the 4 different fabrics.
And I'll just... Gone.
Right, now, you're going to demo it in the black and white
Yes,
version.
in the monochrome.
The monochrome.
How nice is that? Lovely in the monochrome.
It's really striking, isn't it? I
yeah,
like it
it's
a lot.
really bold, really nice. Look nice with the nice slate grey walls.
I'd quite like it framed, actually.
Well, you could. Yeah, that's not a bad size.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Nice. And it looks like there's an awful lot of piecing to do, but it's not. The way that the pattern's been designed means that you're not having to cut out tiny little squares.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
I like how they increase in size.
Yeah, it's good. And the instructions in the book are really simple to follow. Just
good.
Follow them to the letter and they're all absolutely fine.
Excellent.
So it's nice and easy to follow. The basis of the pattern is essentially you make... ignore the white bits around the outside. You make 6 of these internal blocks and then you add these bits in the middle and there's an extra one for the end and join them all together. And then you add strips on the outside and the border and whatever.
Show us.
So
show us.
We start off with, to begin with, you start off with a little rectangle. and there was just enough of the fabric and the butterfly print to make sure that I had them sort of fairly central and even and
Oh, okay.
not too
So
wonky.
actually, sort of fussy cut.
Yeah,
a
a
way.
little bit. I didn't go totally crazy, but
You
I
weren't
just
that fussy.
not too overly fussy, marginally fussy. So the way that they instruct you to cut your difficult to get my words out. So the block is created by adding 2 little rectangles on either end of the
Bit like
central
sashing.
rectangle. A little bit. And then the sides are made from a bigger rectangle. So you have your rectangle and you sew on the contrast spot. And then from that, you cut strips, I've written on here because I knew I would never remember, 1.5-inch strips from that rectangle. And when
that's
you
fab, because you're going to need 6 of
you're going to
six of
need
these.
no, you're going to need
12.
12.
Of those. Yeah.
12 of each of those. So actually the rectangle's a lot bigger, but I didn't want to waste fabric, so I've just made a smaller one. And then you cut off those rectangles to add on to the sides. So I will just cut here. And take your ruler.
Oh, so is this going to be 1.5 inches as well? So, it's
I
going to
cut
give you that
those
square.
1.5 inches on my toes. There's one. Oh, that's a lovely sharp blade.
I think we've replaced them.
Special treat, because I've been off. So what we do first of all is we attach these on either end here, and then those slot on the sides.
Does that have a 1/4 inch seam?
Yes, everything's a 1/4 inch seam. So I'll sew these on first.
Okay.
Right sides together, but you're using a solid, so that's not so bad.
I think that makes it easier, doesn't it? Especially if you're starting out.
Yes.
And you might forget.
Less to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a pinner, this one.
Oh, yeah. Well, you
Or
don't
is it
want
just for TV?
Yeah, just for TV, because you don't want to watch me unpick.
truth.
I'm not going to guarantee that it will go 100% right, but you know.
There we go. Yeah, I know that a lot of our guests are, they're just like, do you know what? Yeah, I can just do that without, for me, I always pin.
Just a bit of a pin. Well, I tend to pin more often when I'm nesting seams together, just to make sure that nothing slips about.
And just a straight stitch.
Just a
easy
straight stitch. 1/4 inch, and this machine's got a 1/4 inch foot on it,
Nice.
which is great because it means that you just butt your fabric alongside the edge of the foot, and you know you're going to get a 1/4 inch.
Perfect.
And when I sewed all of these together, I did all 6 middles at the same time.
So you just
I chain pieced all of the tops, and then I turned it all round. It was like a big thing of flags, and then I sewed the other half on.
Did it go together quite quickly then?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But I always find with quilting, you think, yeah, I'm nearly done, and then you go, no, I'm not nearly done. I've got loads to do. And then when you come to quilt the top as well, and they're not a quick one-day project. Well, depends.
So how long do you reckon it would take?
Do you want the honest truth? I did write it down. Did I bring it with me? I'll have a quick calculate for you. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 hours. 10 hours from cutting to finishing.
10 hours. Gosh.
Something like that.
So you could do that in a couple of days?
Yeah, you could do that over the course of a weekend. And I've only done light quilting on the project, but it really depends on what your preference is. And you probably, well, I don't know. I think I probably would have quilted it a bit more because and I'm not sure how easy that is to see on screen, but I've just done a couple of rectangles. So I've gone round the very outside, and then I've gone round the inner rectangles and the bigger ones. But you could do swirls inside some of the sashing.
Oh, nice.
More lines around the outside.
Hey, if you had some of the westerly templates, you could really go to town.
Yeah, I was
you?
thinking all along these sections would be really nice to have something really swirly.
Especially on the white.
Yes, and I think on the black and white, I would be more geometric with it.
Yes.
I'd do round in the ditch, round all of these. I think that would look really nice. Right, I just need to give this a press.
Okay.
Quick little press.
Oh, have you seen our Idly Diddly iron?
Yes,
that
I've
we've
just
got at the
noticed
moment?
it. I quite fancy having a little iron because you do tend to end up getting the big fat iron out and it's a bit unwieldy and takes up too much space. So a little iron I think is a great idea.
Can we just move that across slightly because otherwise it warps our mat?
Yes.
It's just the heat onto it. Look, it starts to sweat already.
Sweating.
Sorry.
So give that, and then flip that over.
This is small but mighty, this iron. So it's got... very often you can't change the temperature and you certainly don't get very often steam-sized mini irons.
It's great, and
It's
I like
fab,
the
isn't it?
I like the handle on it. That's nice.
And it looks like a mouse.
And always think little irons don't quite get to the temperature that you need to, but you can tell that this has got a good heat to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I like
That's
that.
always been my gripe with smaller irons, is that often they don't reach that temperature, but this one does. And it's got a really, really long lead on it as well.
And it's got a good weight to it. I think certain things in life need to have a good weight to it. Otherwise, you just think, oh, what have I paid for?
When it's back in stock, it was that popular.
Oh, right.
We'll
Fab.
let you know.
Brilliant. Oh, and I've just ironed, too busy gassing, I've ironed my seams the wrong way. I need to iron them facing in towards the middle. I'll go on.
There you go.
You're good to me.
Well, you know.
And then you can nest the
we
seams.
try.
I mean, you can just go ahead.
The other way, hang on, which way? The other way.
The opposite way to the way they are. Just makes it easier when you come to sew the two pieces together and they nest and sit nicely.
I have to do this a lot because I can't, in my head, I often... It's really weird, isn't it? Some things I just can't quite work out which way they need to be. And often the nesting seams is just one of those things I just can't quite see it.
Until it's there.
Yeah.
My husband's like that with floor plans for houses.
Really?
He can't visualise based on a floor plan. He has to actually see it.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Just how the
Different
brain
brains work different ways.
Yeah. It's like if somebody spells something out to me, I have to write it down.
Or if people repeat your telephone number back to you in a different
But they don't
order.
do it they don't do it.
I'm talking about nesting the seams, and I'm sure most people are aware of nesting seams, but in case there's anyone that doesn't, it's where you're putting the two different fabrics onto each other, and you've got a seam on this piece here, and you've got a seam one here, and you've got the seam allowances. So the seam allowance on the top piece I've got going in this direction, and the seam allowance on the bottom I've got going this way, so that when you put them together, there's less bulk. They sit nicer.
And they just seem to allow less wobble.
Yep. Yeah, it just...
And so my most successful seams have been when they've been nested.
Yeah, you don't think it... You just think such a little thing, but it makes such a big difference to the end result. And I think that's one of the most frustrating things about quilting is when your corners don't match.
Oh.
But the benefit of this method of cutting out and construction, where you cut these side strips from the bigger rectangle, is there's less piecing, so there's less room for error.
Oh, okay.
Because when you're piecing really little bits,
Itty-bitty bits, yeah.
you've got more room for error, I think, when it's so small. Because just the tiny margin for error, and you notice if it all goes wrong.
Excellent.
Okay, and just another point on here. I'll have this piece uppermost, the main part, and then on the underside, you've got here one of the nested seam allowances facing away, so that when I go under, it doesn't accidentally get caught. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and again, it's those little things that can just trip you up a little bit and just... send you to have to unpick.
Yeah, or just make you a bit cross and you think, oh, goodness sake. You know, when you're just not thinking straight.
So this is actually not a very complicated make, is it?
No, it's really not. It's just taking the time to read the instructions and cut exactly as they ask you to cut. Then it all works. And it's nice because you're cutting out, effectively, it tells you, cut a strip 2.5 inches wide. So you cut... Once your fabric is pressed and folded in half, you just cut a strip 2.5 inches long across the meterage. And there's a lot of that, so it makes it really easy.
The book that it comes out of.
Yeah.
Did you read about the author?
I wasn't sent a copy of the book.
Oh, did you not get the whole book? You just got a bit of it?
No, I just got the section required.
Well, just the very first sentence about the author. Fussy Marsh of Whistle Pig Creek Productions.
Wow.
Just for that. And smallish quilts are the kind of projects that drive her passion. That's excellent.
And where is Whistle?
For more about Sue and Whistle Pig Creek Productions,
Whistle Pig
visit
Creek.
her pages on Facebook.
Is that it's either American or Australian?
I don't know. It's Whistle Pig. I don't know. This is the one, isn't it? So it just looks so different in different designs.
And they've also given on the next few pages instructions for making the pillow sham as well.
Is that a pillow sham? That's a pillow sham?
Yes, fancy pillow that you don't rest your
That you
head
don't
on.
actually use.
Just there to annoy.
So don't rest your head
people.
on that.
And that's effectively made from 2 of the blocks.
Ah, that's your pillow sham.
And it's just the only difference is that it hasn't got all the extra borders and mini sashing pieces that the bed runner has. So it's just missing out these 2 rows on here.
Ah.
It just doesn't have these 2 rows.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, it's the same,
It's the same.
block and the same on the outside.
And then, you see, you get all these other ideas. It's a matching.
Coordinating.
Is that in a batik?
They do look batik, don't they?
Yeah,
Especially on the
bit
outside.
batiky. Producer Hannah's getting all excited. She likes a batik. She's into her batik. And again, really simple instructions how to put them together, and your matching pillow sham, which is new to me. I thought I knew pillows.
An aficionado of pillows.
Hey, Dragon's Lair bed runner.
Ooh,
Do you want to see what that looks like?
I think we need
Dragon's Lair. Dun dun dun. Is that?
Maybe it's the jewels that the dragon is.
It's not as scary as I'd imagined.
No, I'm trying to figure out why it's dragony. It must be something to do with, I'm thinking of dragons minding their lair full of jewels.
I don't know. But it's very pretty.
It is very
There
pretty.
we go.
Yeah. My girls would like
Gothic windows, maybe. Oh, is that a spot of... Oh, a table runner. That would look nice done in your Tilda, wouldn't it?
that. Oh, Tilda's so
Just
good.
saying.
Just saying.
Director Tim has suddenly twigged that a table runner and a bed runner are basically the same thing. It just depends
It's
on where you
location.
put them.
Different location.
Here we go. We've got a pinwheel table runner. Yeah, there you go. That's definitely for the table. And then, oh look at the dog tooth. I like that. No, me neither. Producer Hannah says, oh, it never occurred to her you could do that. I like that.
I like that one.
With a shocking orange border or something, couldn't you?
Reminds me of one of my grandmothers. She used to wear skirts with that on her.
Really?
Yeah. Very traditional.
Picnic at the farmer's market wall hanging. Slips off the tongue, doesn't it? Hang on. This is table and bed runners. Oh no, okay, runners, bed and tabletop. It doesn't mention wall hangings. That's a Brucey bonus,
Runners,
isn't it?
bed and tabletop. Unless you've got a square bed. Or a square table.
Or a square
Maybe it's
table.
like a table mat.
Yeah, Director Tim's just going with it. Just depends where you put it. Yeah, but you don't want to put that in your bed, Director Tim.
You don't?
No, don't do that. Oh, hot pot holder. Hang on, I think they've undersold themselves on the title of this.
They have.
There's
And
so much more in
accessories.
there. And accessories. I'll get a pen. Hang on.
But
and
it
add
does
that
say
in.
quick and easy accents.
Beautify your home with quick and easy accent. Okay. All right, no, we'll give them that. By Sue Marsh for Whistle Pig Creek Productions. Brilliant.
I think we need to do some research into Whistle Pig Creek.
If just for the name.
Yeah, was it a whistling pig next to a creek?
I don't know.
Or is
How
that
do
a
pigs
breed
whistle?
of pig?
Pigs won't whistle.
Maybe they answer to a whistle.
Maybe they do. My friend managed to teach her pig to sit for an apple. Yeah.
Little pig, big pig.
Yeah. George Cooney.
Did you see? There was something.
Is her pig?
There was something online the other day about these people that had bought a micro pig.
Oh, it was huge. There was something micro about it.
It was humongous.
Yeah. No, they had two. They had George and Pepper.
Pepper.
Yeah.
And well, George.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naughty Pepper.
But George was a Cooney pig.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, as we were.
So we've now created that central section, and you just repeat the same thing, but with the black and the spot again. So place those. You always do the short edges first. And pin that in. Try and get it straight. Half the battle, isn't it? And do the other side.
Apparently they're in Denver.
Denver.
Yeah, you see upstairs, they've gone all,
They've gone
quiet
searching.
now. They want to know about Whistle Pig. They're near a park. Brilliant.
Near a park.
Well, that doesn't account for the creek. Oh, it's like a man-made type park.
Like a theme park.
No, more of like a man-made sort of go and sit in, eat sandwiches, pretty park.
Central type park.
Hey, look, investigate Whistle Pig Productions. But if you buy the book, you've got all of those items in there, which is fab.
Handy. Lots
Yay.
of inspiration. I've just not held my threads, so I've made a big fat mess. I'll be with you.
Susan would like to see the bundles again, so I'm going to go
lucky.
over and see
Good
the
timing,
bundles.
Susan. Thank
Good
you for
timing,
rescuing
Susan.
me.
You sort out that thread. Let's start with the pink, because that's been the table runner / bed. Did you decide if that was a bed or a table runner? Or where would you have it?
Bed.
Bed. Here we go. So you get 1 metre of your pink. You get half a metre of your lighter spot-on pink. You get 1 metre of your plain pink. 2.5 of your raspberry spot-on. And 1.5 metres of your white for $69.95, and the booklet from Whistle Pig Productions. That's tickled me. I like that. Now, let's have a look at the grey one that we're working with, the monotonal one. So again, 1 metre here of your butterflies. Lovely. There's 1 metre of your butterflies. And then 0.5 metre of your spot-on. 1 metre of your black. 2.5 of your silver spot on there, and 1.5 metres of your white. That's your monotone bundle, and Sue's booklet as well. Now, gosh, you'll have a lot left over. Yeah, we showed you, didn't we, how much you'd have left over? Just to that 2.5 metres, and that's just one of the fabrics that you're getting. So you'll be able to do accented pieces. Now, we started with a limited number, but how many have we got? Ooh, let's have a look. 8 left. Ooh, if you love it, grab it. You're getting 1 metre of Anna Marie Horner, Social Climber. It's a brilliantly named. Oh, Emma messaged in. Hello, Emma. Oh, it's the name of the rose. Oh. It was just the way that she looked at John and went, you know, I know people. And it just made me giggle. And then, so 0.5 metre of your maize, 1 metre of your, which one is that? A vintage blue. And then you've got your dark teal, 2.5 metres of that. And then that one is 1.5 metres of your teal. I do still quite like that idea, though. Beautiful. $69.95. Maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
You get the booklet as well, which is fab. Hello. I'm back.
Hello, I'm back. You're back.
You haven't gone anywhere.
I didn't go anywhere, no. Stuck in a bundle of thread. No, but I rescued it, it's fine. I just didn't hold the threads at the beginning. wasn't thinking straight. And they were all nesting and went all horrid.
They do that.
They do if you don't watch what you're doing. So again, the next pieces I've already pieced along. I'm just going to cut a strip of 2 inches
I like how
wide.
organised you are, and you know that that's a 2-inch one because you've done 2 inches.
Because I wouldn't remember otherwise. We'll go in one ear and out the other. And I'll take that off.
And you would do enough of a strip like that to do all 6?
I cut all of them out ready. So once I'd made this rectangle, I then, for this project, I cut all 12 of them out straight away.
Yeah. So
and they actually give you a little bit extra allowance.
Just
so it's not exact, so that if you do sew a little bit wonky or the edges start to fray through handling, or you're doing a project bit by bit and you've put it to one side and it gets frayed on the edges, it has got that extra allowance.
That's nice and nice.
Yeah, it is good. One thing I would say though is in the pattern they over allow for some of these strips. You've got absolutely tons, so don't panic and be overly careful because they've been generous. Generous with their time.
Clearly, Whistlepig Creek is a generous place.
Yes, and it's just disappointing when you're trying to do something and you're trying to be too careful and it doesn't allow for any mistakes.
I find that when I know that I've got to skimp, I go wrong more.
Yes, you do. You start to worry about it.
Why is that? It's silly, isn't it? It's like you've got it in your head that can't go wrong,
can't
can't go wrong, can't go wrong.
Next
It's
thing
like
you know,
all you think is I've gone wrong.
Yeah. So same thing. Get that in there. Just pin that in a few places. And then other side.
So it's, you can really do this by batch and then get into the rhythm, get into the swing. And that's when I start to relax, when there are multiples to do. And it's like,
Yeah, and if you're doing something repetitive, you can switch off a little bit, which is sometimes nice, just to whiz through it. And before you know it, you've gone, oh, look, I've done an hour of sewing and look what I've created. And I like seeing things come together like that.
So this one the whole thing took 10 hours.
About 10 hours.
So that's a weekend. You could get a bed runner on a weekend.
Yes, and that's what it was. It was last weekend.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I did it over Saturday, Friday and Sunday, actually. I did it on Friday evening and Sunday.
Fab.
Andrew took the girls out to a Shrewsbury River Festival.
Ooh.
Sounds fancier than it was.
Oh.
It sounded really great. Wasn't so great.
Oh.
There was a rubber duck race, and they thought they'd
won.
They thought they'd come second, and they'd misread the number.
Oh no!
Glum faces.
Oh, did they not have like a spare duck?
I said a booby prize or a duck or something. No.
Oh.
I felt really sorry for them.
Oh. You're better off at home sewing then, aren't you, than being disappointed by a rubber duck race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a really big rubber duck race where my parents live in Australia. It's fab.
Oh yeah, of course, I forget you're Australian.
I have some Australianness.
So there's oh, hey, producer Hannah has managed to find, I don't know where she found them. Oh, she didn't. We okay. You know how popular the iron is? And we said, they're out of stock, we'll let you know when they're back in. We had a few back in stock that we didn't realise that we had. So we thought they were out of stock, but actually we've got a few. So if you are after a super duper mini iron with a steam function, this is awesome. Let me spin it around so you can see it there. Being very, very careful. But it comes with a carry case and a little funnel-y thing.
Oh, right,
little
okay.
jug thing that you can fill it up with. So that's where you put your water in. You can adjust the temperature there. Then the little red light comes on when it's on temperature. Iron, iron, iron. You can slot your around the handle. So it's really
right, so you
neat.
wrap it round and round and then secure it.
And then secure it there. We have got it on a reorder, so we will be getting more in, but we've got a handful. We thought we'd sold out, but we've got a handful left. $39.95. Great for dexterity because look, you can just hold it. You can hold it there. And actually, also, Janice said that she she does some ironing. Well, she's got friends that are a little bit older, and actually the weight of a big iron for them bit too much.
The one outside in the
the
prep area.
The big bad boy one.
I picked it up. Was not expecting such a heavy iron.
Yeah. So if you're doing delicate seams and things like that, it is really, really, really hot. But you can adjust it. It doesn't have to be really, really hot.
But
and
it
it's
has
got
the
steam
capacity to
function.
get hot.
And the nice thing about this is that you can just press down and keep that on continuous steam. We like it.
Yeah, I like that.
We didn't know we have it, but we have.
Good for getting into the little nooks and crannies. Sometimes it's difficult when you're, say if you're sewing a top and you've got a facing and you just want to iron the facing open. When you've got a seam on the edge, I like to press it flat first before folding it over on itself because somehow it folds better. So to press it flat first is really difficult to get the big iron in because you're crushing everything back here whilst you're trying to press up here, whereas a little one will just get in really nicely.
Yes. And
Sold to the lady in a Hexie top.
No. It's one of those things. I mean, for me, I generally, if I have to do any ironing, and I save up all my bed linen to iron in one
I do the same thing.
Yeah, and generally it would be like Sunday afternoon movie or something, and I'll do the ironing. Fred's will watch a movie. Stephen will check out the sports or something, and that's how we roll on a Sunday.
It's exciting. It's life.
But then if I want to use my iron upstairs, I've got to take the whole great big ironing board and a great big, because it's a steam iron.
Yeah, I've got one of those. They're so big and heavy.
But this can be in your craft room, in your sewing room, all the time.
Yeah.
So you don't have to lug anything up and down the stairs. You can have it dedicated to your sewing area.
Or, conversely, brilliant for taking to crafting clubs.
Yes.
Quilt club, really portable.
It is on reorder, but we've got a handful left, which we didn't think that we had, but we have. Producer Hannah found it.
Clever girl.
Yeah.
If only
She's
the warehouse
excelled
were
herself.
just here, I would just nip and get myself one.
Would you now? And we'd be frisking you on the way out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that peat.
Oh, this is
You know, yeah.
in the pocket. Almost pocket size, isn't it? It would fit in my
Well, it
handbag.
depends how big your pocket is. I'm sure you could find it.
Definitely in the handbag. Just tip out all the makeup from my makeup bag.
And pop an iron in.
Pop
That's
an iron in.
dedication to the cause. Get rid of the makeup.
And
in
you
with
said
the
it comes with a
iron.
little case. Oh, is this the little case?
Oh, is it down there? Oh, yeah. Hey, look, she's on it.
I just
Look
went,
at this.
oh, I wonder where the case
No,
is.
that's the case. And you get instructions and a little water pot. It's all in there. Okay. Hey, Producer Hannah, that would be the perfect size little water pot for watering your cactus, wouldn't it? Not that you have to water them very often. Have you seen a cactus?
No,
that
I
I've watered?
haven't.
Producer Hannah collects cacti, and I managed to find one with googly eyes. It's a real one, but they've stuck googly eyes on and stuck it in a
googly
car.
eyes. In a car?
In a little China car.
Oh.
But the car's yellow, and yellow is one of her favourite colours.
Is it in the office or is she taking it
No,
home?
it's in the office. It's by a computer.
Oh, I'll go and have a look in a bit.
I just left it there for her to discover this morning.
I've actually managed to keep a couple alive.
Have you?
I really didn't think I would, and especially in this country, you always think, is it warm enough? But I found a nice warm windowsill, and they're happy as Larry.
I kill them by overwatering.
Yeah,
I get overexcited.
Yeah, need to cut back on the watering now it's winter.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, of a cactus? Is that they survive in
harsh conditions like Shropshire. Okay, so you can see that coming together nicely.
And is this how you would make? Is this the same for the cushion? So the cushion.
Yes, so the
it's
cushion-
just that top two bits that you wouldn't have.
Yeah, so for the pillow sham, you make 2 of these, and that's what I'm about to do, the final stage to look like this. And then I think, I'm not sure because I hadn't seen the pattern, I was guessing from the picture. I think actually you maybe wouldn't put this one on
so
this
you
block
just do-
so that you've then only got one. So
Shall
you've
I
got
look?
one. Yes, that would make
Shall I
more
look?
sense.
Let's have. I think you're right.
So I think you would add.
Hang on. Let me investigate the sham.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
So they've
okay.
just put one. So they've done.
I like how in the book, which you get in the kit, it gives you the bed runner, table runner, whichever kind of runner you want it to be. Many runners. and not marathon. And then you get coordinating
accessories to go with it.
Yeah. And so this is what we're making today to go with that, but in a different colour.
Yeah, so they've just used 3 of these outer strips, so I'd only need to attach 1, and then you attach the 2 blocks together, and then you've got the outer border, which is the same as it is on the bed runner.
Nice. And they've done the same. Like, I really like the stepping stone one as well. The stepping stone sham is rather nice. I'm obsessed now with that word. You do realise, don't you? Pillow sham.
Sham. It's a sham.
Well, that's why I was surprised, because sham always make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I wonder where that name's come from.
I don't know.
Which one came first?
Probably the same place as Whistle Pig Creek.
Maybe.
Brilliant. We do.
So I'll just disassemble. So we're just onto that final section. Just attach that on there.
You see, I bet if people turned on now and I just said, oh, it's a sham.
It's a sham.
That would be it.
That Victoria Peat, she's a sham.
Honestly, could you imagine? Natasha was so mean to Victoria today.
Yeah.
She called her work a sham.
She did.
Oh,
Victoria made herself better by taking the iron with her.
Made it all better by walking out with the iron.
Walked out in a huff with an iron under her arm.
You're working your way up, aren't you? Any excuse.
Do we get paid bonuses here?
In irons.
In irons?
I don't know. An iron bonus.
Iron bonus. That sounds like something out of Game of Thrones. Iron bonus.
It does, doesn't it?
Do you watch that?
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes. Blue-eyed dragons.
Speaking of blue eyes, I took a picture of my daughter the other day. Oh, her eyes are so blue.
Oh,
pretty girl. Pathetic, isn't it? Your own children are always really beautiful.
How you can go from a White Walker to your daughter in one fell swoop. But in a proud parent
She's just
way.
as tough as those White Walkers, I tell you. Crikey, no messing with Emily.
Oh, I'm sure that will be also a proud moment for her if she watches this back.
Are those poor people watching that don't watch Game of Thrones are thinking, what on earth are they talking about? What is a White Walker?
Yeah, Hannah... I don't know if you've ever watched any of
They
it.
are not your friends.
No, she's not. She's not watched any.
She has a
we
life.
Need to put that right. Oh, you'll love it.
Wonder how many people that watch Game of Thrones also quilt. They don't seem like they marry up, do they, somehow?
I don't know. Maybe you could do a dragon quilt.
Well, or a dragon runner.
Or dragon runner! Yes, clearly a dragon runner. Yes, dragon layer. No, what was it
Dragons.
called?
Dragon's Lair runner.
Was it Dragon Cave? Dragon...
Does it have a sham?
It has got a gothic-y window look. I think that's what we're going with as to why it's called Dragon's Lair. Sounds very dramatic.
It does.
Brilliant. I want to know if it's got a... No, I don't think it's got a sham. It's got a flowery cushion there.
It's not scary.
It's not scary. We just called it something scary. Oh, there you go. Oh, Director Tim's going to contact them and find out. He wants to know now. I wonder if it says...
Yes, is there a blurb?
I don't know. Shopping list, making the blocks, finished size, background. Oh, no, for the sashing, not on... No, it doesn't tell me. Oh, disappointing. I want to know. I tell you what, though, I bet you somebody out there will know, because you're always a wealth of knowledge out there, and I bet you'd know, because a lot of these have backgrounds, don't they?
Yes, it might be a traditional.
I mean, a lot of them
design.
have their backgrounds in Amish. I'm sure that
quite
possibly
possibly
the Amish didn't have dragons. I don't think that would have been.
Listen,
one.
the Aboriginals had serpents that did things, so yeah.
Oh, Maureen knows. Does Maureen know?
Oh, good one, Maureen.
Oh.
Rather than us.
Oh.
Guessing.
She says, hi, Tash. Whistle Pig Creek is in Denver, Colorado. Fabulous. Thank you, Maureen. Do you know about dragons? Can you answer our next question? Come on, Maureen. You're obviously
Ask Maureen, a new segment.
Wealth of knowledge. So this is now, again, you just build these up in layers,
Yes, and
don't
because
you?
we're sort of looking at the sham, I'm putting that on that outside edge, and then we can sew those two together. But for these blocks, Actually, the way it tells you to do it in the pattern is you attach either the left or the right on all of them, and then you attach them together and add the extra one on the other end.
Right.
So again, you can still chain piece.
You see, you are obviously paying attention. I would have just gone round and made them all like this and then ended up with double and gone...
Yeah, and not enough of these strips.
Yeah.
And
gone, why don't I have enough?
Hold on a minute,
Yeah,
not
what's
enough.
going on?
And then you would have been unpicking, so that would have made you cross.
But happily, you were paying attention, and that's excellent.
Read the pattern.
Read the pattern.
Or as my dad says, read the instructions. He doesn't use those words. He uses much more offensive words.
Does he?
Yeah.
But does he actually read the instructions?
Yeah.
Oh, good man. Good man. Yeah, and so when he makes self-assembly furniture, does he not have any pieces left over?
No.
Because when my husband puts things together from a certain blue and yellow company, always bits and pieces left over, which worries me because we move house quite a lot, we seem to have done.
Oh.
So each time it gets a little bit more wobbly, and I said, don't you need this piece?
A little
No,
bit
it's fine.
smaller. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's not, it wobbles. So I had to go and retrieve some spares from that certain blue and yellow.
Yeah, that's not a fun
shop.
job.
And got spotted in the waiting queue.
Did you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, paint stained clothes, no makeup.
Are you that woman?
Yeah, no,
From the village, that mad woman.
It's a bit like that. She's like, I know you. I really know you.
Oh, funny. I got spotted at the Festival of Quilts. What did you go to the Festival of Quilts?
Yes.
The Best in Show, the really tiny miniature quilt.
It was amazing.
Oh my word.
Oh, now wadding for this.
Oh yes,
That's
wadding. We haven't even spoken about wadding.
We've got 2 different types of wadding for you for this runner, and they're here. As if by magic. Bye-bye. Do you want to sew?
Yes, I'll iron. This is the one that I use.
So you use the cotton batting, and
Yes.
it's crib size that's perfect for this.
Yes, so, but you do have to piece it.
Okay.
But it does mean that you've not got... The difficulty with something like a runner is the dimensions.
Yes.
It's very long and thin. So in order to have wadding that's long and thin, you'll end up with loads of wastage. So that's a perfect size.
So if you go for the crib, which is £9.95, and that's cotton, so that's lovely and breathable. If you have got it on your feet down the bottom of your bed, then that's absolutely perfect for that. And what we would suggest is getting some batting or wadding tape. And we'll show you that in just a moment. The other one that we've got for you is this one. I love this one. This is your warm and white. It's warm and natural. And this has got a needle punch as well. So it doesn't... Is that so it doesn't move around as much?
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more dense. Because it's sort of compacted the fibres a bit. Because when you're needle felting, you get quite thick felt.
Right.
And you punch the needle through it that's got like little burrs on it.
Yes.
And it compacts it all down.
Ah, excellent. And again, this is all natural, which is really lovely. I do like this stuff. And this is your warm and white. So this is perfect under your lighter colours. So actually brilliant for these because because you've got so much white, you don't want to use one that's going to take that colour off.
Yeah.
You want it a bright white. So that's
or
lovely.
anything
And
with a
that's
fleck in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in order to piece those pieces of batting together, wadding, we've got wadding tape. And so you just cut them to size, and then we'll show you a picture. No, you might, yeah, you might have to squint a bit to see this, or go a bit snowblind.
Use your imagination.
Yeah. So basically, £7.95 gets you. That's your 4 centimetres. That's 1.5 inches wide, and then we've got another one for you. So it depends which thickness you want.
Right.
So that was your 1.5 inches wide one, and then the other one that we have for you is. Looks exactly the same. It's 2 centimetres wide, so that's 3/4 inch wide. And basically, you abut the sides of your batting together, and then just very lightly. It's like a bonding.
Like, as if you were taking 2 pieces of paper and putting sellotape over the top.
Yeah, there you go.
That kind of thing. But do not use Bondweb, because we found something out the back, and we thought, oh, is this it? And I thought, no, I'll just test it first. No, it was double-sided.
Yeah.
So now I've got a completed block and sort of a half one, so you would then attach that to that, and that's the way that you've done the bed runner, is in the same fashion. So doing this will just then create enough for making the pillow sham.
Excellent. Do
And
you
then-
have enough left over for a pillow sham as well?
I didn't actually calculate that from the fabric I had left. I'm saying possibly not.
Maybe you could do it out of the colours.
You could
but out of
probably,
different fabric.
yeah, in different combinations. You could use, oh, here it is. This is what I've got left. So I've got loads of the spot, so you could use that more prominently than some of the other ones. You just have to jiggle about
in
a
answer
bit.
to your earlier question, yes, lots of our viewers love Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
good. I'm not the only
Quilting and
weirdo.
Game of Thrones all goes hand in hand. It's all good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, hang on. No, you could... You could make us maybe a slightly smaller dimension.
Slightly smaller.
Yeah. You'll work it out. You've got plenty to make other things with.
Yeah,
Lovely.
At least something that coordinates.
Lovely.
So that's that, really. So it's simple sewing. The cutting's easy to do. Just follow the instructions.
This is all straight line sewing, so therefore I would say beginner's project. What do you think?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. But just be aware that it does, it's a weekend project. It's not a quick fix project. Take your time. Enjoy the process.
So if you've got a cat that needs a bed in a rush... No. Isabel in Ayrshire says, Game of Thrones and Sewing Quarter, best 2 shows on TV. Yes.
Correct answer.
Yes is the correct answer. Thank you very much, Isabel.
Oh.
Yeah, think of the quilts you can make whilst you're...
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 2 minutes left with you.
2 minutes. Should we do a bit of a dance?
What,
Bit of a
you
sing
yeah,
song?
no, please do.
Let's not.
Dance, sing,
Let's
do
not.
whatever you'd like.
I'll sew.
You
I'll stick with
what you know.
stick with my vague skill set rather than trying to do dancing.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we're all right. It just made a noise, and I thought it was going to give up the ghost right at the end. Thank you. Nearly got you.
Well, this is looking lovely, and it actually has come together remarkably quickly. It's when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, how are you going to do those little squares? But that's a natty little trick,
Yeah, they
isn't
just
it?
appear from nowhere, and it's nice because you get a really good. Where are we? If I can see on here. Oh, the points. Your points match up really nicely.
Yeah, they do
and
match up really
without
nicely.
that fiddling of piecing tiny little squares and cutting tiny little squares.
Right, remember your steam iron. Please check out your baskets if you've got those in there. We didn't think we had any in stock, turns out we do. Hurrah, happy days. So we don't know when we'll next have them back in stock. We didn't think we had any in stock. That was a happy little surprise.
Found in a corner of a warehouse.
Well, absolutely. $39.95, but it is your mini steam iron. It's super hot, like no other small iron that I've ever encountered. And I've known a few.
You've known a
I've
few
tried a few.
travel irons.
Oh, the other thing, just to recap on as well, is of course your add a quarter rulers. We had on the earlier show just the 6-inch. We've got the duo pack with the 12-inch and the 6-inch. $24.95. Great for your foundation paper piecing. Yes. Let's have a look.
Unpressed, but ready to go.
Beautiful.
And then if you imagine, if you take that edge, and then I take that one, you then put it on a border
God, it's getting
all
bigger
the way
and bigger,
around.
isn't it?
So that's a big comfy cushion.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
That will look nice.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Job done. Perfect. One sham, quick as you like.
One sham.
Thank
Quick
you.
As you like. No problem. Anytime.
Yay! If you did Hexies at Festival of Quilts, these are being sent off this afternoon, so they're going to be all pieced together. We've got loads more. We've got bags and bags of them. But I just wanted you to know they're not always going to adorn the studios. It was just that we happened to have them here
Seems
before they
like
get
a
sent
good
off
idea for today.
Yes. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going
Thank
over
you.
here. Now, most popular is the grey of the Anna Maria. Get this quickly. This is your social climber. There it is. The name of the rose we have discovered. Please check out your basket, says producer Hannah. She doesn't want anybody to miss out on a spot of social climbing. So you get 1 metre of that. You get 1/2 metre of your maize. You get 1 metre of your vintage blue. You get 2.5 metres of your dark teal spot on. And then you get 1.5 meters of your teal there. That is your bundle. And the book. Don't forget, you get your book from Whistle Creek, which we now know, Whistle Creek in Denver, Colorado. Now, very much in single figures. Please check out your baskets. If you've got that in your basket, make sure you've got it. That is a lot of fabric. 6.5 meters of fabric. And a book. Happy days. Let's have a look at the grey, shall we? As we're here. So, here are your butterflies. So, 1 meter of that, 1/2 meter of that, 1 meter of that, 2.5 meters there, and 1.5 meters there, and your book. 6.5 meters and a book, $69.95. That is your butterfly grey. Now, over here, this is your red. Oh, your red? Your pink? There it is. That's your grey. Just to recap that. And then the pink. Half a meter of your lighter pink spot on, 1 meter of your pink, 2.5 meters of your spot on, and then 1.5 meters of your white, and the book. $69.95. Now, if you've bought today, well done. Check out your baskets. Make sure you don't miss out. There is a promotion on the website, which means that if you're buying anything off the web, and it is web items only, nothing that's been featured on the shows, between yesterday and Friday, then if you spend £5, you will get 5% off. If you spend £10, you get 10% off. If you spend £20, you get 20% off, and if you spend £30, you get 30% off using those codes. That does not apply to electrical items, okay, just so that you know. Terms and conditions apply. They're all on the website, but certainly on everything else on the website that hasn't been on the shows today or yesterday, then there they are. Coming up tomorrow, let's take a look. Is it John in tomorrow? I do believe it's John. Beautiful blocks. With who's he got in? Okay, Jess. Oh, Jess Entwistle. Oh, lovely Jess. Yes. Pond Life Cushion. Ooh. Bundles of fabric fun and Cave Diamond Quilt and a Dashwood Confetti Collection. So lots to stay tuned for tomorrow. Then, bright and early, 8 o'clock, that'll be John and Jess. Thank you ever so much for all your company today and for all of your messages and your photos and everything else. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you at the weekend. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for the Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.